Are you the Air Force recruiter? I'm not the Air Force recruiter.
And then I remember hearing him, his screams were pretty gnarly.
Yeah. You're a tool. Go f yourself. Wow, I had zero hangover after the last episode. As you can tell, I was only a little buzzed. It's 2024, and we are moving into this year with new equipment, new cameras, new lighting, and that is all thanks to you guys out there. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. We are hiring more individuals, which is amazing. One thing I'm truly excited about is getting back and then being able to give back better to all of you through giveaways, but more importantly, and what I'm super excited about is charity work. This year, we are really going to push forward for charities with autism, veteran, mental health, military, Leo, however we can help the individuals out there, we want to help everyone. And you guys give us the platform to do that. So thank you all so much for that. The team is crushing it. We are all so freaking happy seeing the numbers, seeing where you guys are putting us on the map. I told the guys today, our goal in 2024 is to be the top 10 podcast in comedy on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. I know we can do it because we have you amazing humans out there backing us. We work for you. I've said it a million times. We work for all of you out there, and we're truly appreciative of everything you've given us to this moment. So thank you again. To touch on the team, Nick, Cody, and Brandon have been an amazing addition to this team as hosts. They are crushing it. I'm so excited to have them aboard. And then I'm blessed to call them my friend at the end of the day. They are all my friends, and I'm truly lucky to have that. Show and GVAN are doing such an amazing job. Show came aboard just to do social media posts and assistant work, and she has covered down so freaking hard that we have given her position of ownership of Unsub because of her work ethic. This girl lives and breathes Unsub, and it is so amazing. Thank you, Show. Like, truly thank you for all the work you've done. From the bottom of my heart, from the post to messaging to all the clerical work, which I am absolutely garbage at. And you are part of the team. GVAN, you're crushing it. You are doing such a fantastic job with your editing and your growth as a person on this team. I am truly blessed to have you part of it. Like, I can't thank you enough for the work you did. And we are super excited for you to move down here, brother. Super stoked. And the community sees it too. You are talented. You are driven. And my favorite thing is this man is going out and learning on his own and texting me with new ideas on how to improve the editing process and even the podcast itself. GVAN, pat yourself on the back, brother. You freaking deserve it, my man. We are now going to start rolling out 5 episodes a month instead of 4. So we're slowly introducing one more episode just to give you all more content and another break in your everyday lives. We owe that to all of you. It is the least we could do for all y'all. So the episode you're about to watch was recorded a little bit ago, but I truly love this episode. It is amazing stories, and it is active duty dudes that are crushing it in the service right now. Each one has social media followings, but more importantly than that, each one is such a motivated individual, and they all have their demons, but they are pushing through in an amazing way and trying to be the light at the end of the tunnel for all of you. And that is the most important thing to me. And now to you beautiful humans out there, keep crushing life. It's 2024. You are going to do amazing things. The texts, the DMs, the emails that you are sending all of us, and the comments, I'm at a loss for words for how much that means. I know you think we are motivating you all, but I promise you, I promise you, you all out there are motivating us more than anything. And we are blessed to have you all as a community. You hit this year hard ground running. Don't be a victim in this life. Hit the road running. You got this. All you have to do is persevere, push through, and figure it out. Get a game plan going. Conceptualize something tangible and grab it. Just grab it. Find positivity and happiness in what you do and who you are. And I promise you will do such great things in this life. Love you. Love, 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 love you. Thank you guys so much. Cheers. Enjoy the episode.
Friendly podcast.
Family-friendly podcast.
Can we swear? We can't swear?
Yeah. Yes, totally.
Wait, you guys swear on me? What am I doing here?
We all broke that rule last time then.
This is YouTube Kids, right?
Yeah, this is the kids' content. You guys are, only one. Who's watched an episode?
I have watched part of an episode, I'll admit.
Perfect.
Oh, when are we starting? Are we starting now?
What?
It's
No.
already started.
It's already started.
Oh, it's been starting? was
We got
wondering
you
where we
rubbing your lips.
Drink your energy. Did you get it? The part out where I was picking my nose?
We don't crack it yet. Oh, I mean, we can't crack it.
I thought that's when we start is when we crack it.
Oh, no, we start before that. It's how you get everyone relaxed.
Is there like a
into
count?
the
Yeah,
thing.
no, I thought there was like a countdown.
There
And then we
is.
open it.
There.
Oh.
Ready?
Okay.
Now we're getting ready. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, and then you take your
I
sip.
didn't do it in sync.
Cheers.
Welcome to another episode of Unsubscribed. Hi, you beautiful people. I've missed you. It's been 1 week. 1 week. But we are, oh my God, this is the most veteran military episode I have ever been on. Go down the line. Introduce yourselves. You've been here. This is
My second time. They forced me to come back under threat of injury. Mandatory Funday here. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be here with Mr. Butterworth.
I was going to make you come so hard. Okay, go on. Next one.
So first off, I've never actually heard of this guy, but I've heard he's kind of a big deal. My name is Tyler Butterworth, and I am honored to be here. That's you.
Hello. You may know me as the LordOfLips, but today you can call me Flo.
Hey, Flo Rider in the house. Hey, dude, it's great to have all of y'all here. I'm so excited. This is like yesterday. Show was like, hey, we got Tyler coming in. It was like, cool. And then it was like everyone else was like, also mandatory Funday is going to be. Also, Flo's going to be here. I'm like, shit. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Thank God we only have a huge range date coming up and are completely slammed.
Planning.
This is the perfect time. Dude, show's just been crushing it over there. How you guys doing? How was
Good,
the
man.
trip?
First time in Texas. Really nice here.
Wife wants you to move here now.
Within 15 minutes of being here, she's like, "We need to move here ASAP." We haven't even left the airport yet.
I agree.
Crazy.
But you have to get rid of the
Nice.
horses.
We do.
Do we have so many good stories for this one? We were driving to the restaurant today. Didn't know Flo had 2 Purple Hearts. I was like, what? Okay,
2?
stop. Dude, yeah. I was like, well, okay, well, save it for the podcast. Huh? Okay, we're not talking about it. And he walks in. He's like, whose anime is this? I don't know. Super confused of whose anime that might be. So we're going to have Military Fun Day. Just a great time today learning stories about Purple Hearts. You have some stories too. Everyone just prepare for an amazing episode, guys. Okay, we're going to get to the bottom. Starting with you.
All right.
Go. I want to know with the first Purple Heart story, because what the fuck?
So yeah, first deployment I was on was in Afghanistan from 2009 to 2010, right? And
Beautiful area.
yeah, amazing area. Loved it so much. I had to go back a second time.
I've heard land's cheap there.
Yeah,
Anchorage.
the first one I got was just really, really bad timing. It was a IED. I'm sure you guys have heard of that.
Never heard of her.
Right. And yeah, it just was a gunner in the turret and didn't see it coming. We were driving through. We came up to a stop. The bridge was blown up in front of us, so we had to go around, right? Ultimately, my TC asked me, which side you want to go on, left or right? And because, as a gunner, I had the eyes up. I could see what was going on. And I was just like, the left side looks good. Let's go left. And that was the wrong side.
It's like I just picture it in the movie. It's like he looks over. It's like sunshine, rainbows. He looks over. It's trash. Just everything. He's like, I want to go to the left one. So are you sure, bro? Because that's a lot of trash and debris.
Looks good.
Wires are coming out. Yep. We're doubling down. Boom. Fuck. I didn't see this one coming.
Yeah, so I don't know if you haven't been. It's there's a lot of trash around the area, and it's hard to tell where things are. But
Did you take shrapnel or what
no.
happened?
So
with it?
as we're going through, right, I looked to my left, and I didn't see nothing too crazy. As we're going, I went back down to the turret, and I peeked over to the right, and that's when it happened. And it shot me up. I felt the compression and the jolt, right, and thankfully I had my gunner's harness on, and brought me right back down. The last thing I remember was looking up at the ceiling and yeah, everyone screaming. It's pretty wild.
How
pretty
big
wild
was
time.
the IED?
So from what I remember, it was 180 pounds, give or take. Yeah.
Dude, that was a ride right there.
Yeah. No, yeah, I got hurt pretty bad. So I had a TBI. I was a ruptured left eardrum. I just remember too, like waking up and like this side was just like, it felt like there was just water there and I could not hear what was going on. So it was just like bleeding out and my arm was like swollen right here, just like immense pain, right? And I just remember like looking up, trying to like figure out what's happening. And my buddy, his name was K, Specialist K. I'm laying on top of his knees, right? And he's like shaking me, like trying to wake me up. And like I look at him and I could see he was in pain too. Later on, we find out his feet were shattered. But yeah, that was
But he was like nurturing you.
No, yeah, he was trying. So I
good dude.
ended up landing on
That's
top
good
of his
dude.
lap, and he was just like trying to wake me up and see if I was okay. And I just remember that, and I remember squad leader Sergeant Paradise being like, "You need to get back on the fucking gun." All right, and I remember being in so much pain that when he told me that, I was just like, I can't do it. And at that point, like he like grabbed me and he tried to like get me up there, and I like started crawling. And then at that point, the last thing I remember was getting picked up by somebody, and I was getting drugged to where the CCP is.
Dang. I just like they were like, get back on that gun. You're up there just like,
Yeah.
just dragging you back to base. Your body's just flopping around. He's like, that's a soldier right there. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
It's definitely an experience.
Well,
It's a rough
a
time.
lot of people don't realize it's the concussion is what fucks you up from an explosion. It's like grenades and the shrapnel too will kill you, but that concussion, that shock wave, that is what does the damage. Especially in those, with 3 IEDs I've been in and then 1 S-Fest. So like it was always the concussion, the shake of everything. That's what like really fucks with the old noggin. In my opinion, that's always what it just makes you like want to throw up or anything.
Yeah. Now, I could tell you, like, the next thing I remember from that was, like, I'm, like, laying inside a truck. It's, it was a platoon sergeant's truck. And, because, we're waiting for a medevac because, the others were hurt, too. For whatever reason, I remember sitting back up, and I just had, like, a surge of adrenaline. I was just like, I need to get the fuck back out there. And I just opened the door, and I started getting out, and I was like, I need to pull security. Because I heard, up front was the gunner behind us. His name's Peralta. He was already shooting, and I just was like, I need to get back in action. I remember medic. I can't remember her name, but she was a female medic. She's an Air Force medic attached to us. And I just remember her grabbing me. She's like, you need to get back in the fucking truck. And I was like, okay, Roger. Because, I was a PSC at the time. So, I just listened to her. She was E5 sergeant. So went back in there and sat me down. I think it's because at the time, like, for whatever reason, I felt like Superman right there. I didn't feel anything anymore. I just felt great. But I probably looked like shit, and that was the right call. Because I don't know, if you when you're in something like that, you have so much going through that you might feel like you're great, but you're probably not great.
So when the adrenaline goes away, it is not a good time. Like you're like, oh, that hurt. Like everywhere hurts now. This is the worst feeling ever. My leg, like I've had the leg one, and then watching other people, it's always like, hey, yep. During the action, you're just adrenaline, so you're not feeling anything. And then once the action's over, and the combat adrenaline drops, then you're just like,
Pain.
yeah, pain, sleepy, tired. I want to go to bed. And then you have like 8 more hours of a mission. You're like, oh, this is fucking dope. Because you probably had how much more time in between like initial explosion to
Going back.
yeah.
To getting back. So from that point, right, they medevaced me, and I remember that part, just laying on a litter, and I just remember seeing the blades. We can talk about this on the second one, but I remember seeing the rotary blades spinning. I'm just laying on my back, and I'm looking at it. I just remember being like, fuck, man, I'm screwed. Because, I didn't know if there was anything else wrong with me. I didn't know how everyone else is doing. And I remember my buddy, Specialist K, I remember him, like, grabbing my hand and, like, trying to hold it. Because he was also in there, too, because his feet were, shattered. I remember looking at him, too, and I was just like, damn. That was definitely a dark period right there. And then from there, I remember we got medevac to Bagram Airfield.
Yep.
And I don't remember, this is a long time ago, but I don't remember all the details. I just remember eventually, I was laying in a bed trying to recover. And then I remember hearing him. They were working on him. And his screams were pretty gnarly.
God damn.
Yeah.
You just went through the savagest. This is how we're starting the podcast, everyone.
This is intense.
Now everyone's like
This
this.
is intense.
I do have a question.
Oh, here we go.
I do have a question. So, since you've experienced this kind of stuff, does it put other things in perspective for you? Like, is other stuff that would be extremely stressful for somebody who hadn't experienced this? Is it just kind of like,
Your day-to-day life. Like, think of your level of stress is going to be completely
like when your exo's
different.
freaking out about property, or you just like, whatever, man, nobody's dying. Like, calm down.
No, well, put it this way. Yes, has my perspective changed? Absolutely. Very little things like really, truly freak me out. But that doesn't mean that what you're going through, right?
Right. Yeah.
Isn't important.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
for
make
sure.
I make sure to show that I care and that whatever you're going through, I want to make sure that I can show that I understand what you're going through. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying your presence so much
You didn't
more.
know this was going to turn into a therapy session.
No, I know.
But
This
here it is.
well, dude, we always try to preach this. It is the idea of like your traumas, your trials and tribulations are going to be different. It's going to vary from person to person. And just because you went through more shit, whether that's almost dying, getting shot, getting blown up, like all those little things, just because, yes, it is harder to, you probably feel the same way. Anyone that's been in that situation, it is harder to relate sometimes because you're like, in your head, you won't say it, but you're like, that's not that bad. See, I'm breathing right now. I'm not getting shot at. Life's pretty fucking dope. That's in my mind. I just keep that inside because I know I'm like, well, that's my own thing. Hey, yes, like maybe whatever. Like the tire blew on the car. I'm going to get frustrated at it, but I'm not going to be like super pissed or being like, oh, fuck, we're late. This is the end of the world because of those experiences. But it also helps to be like, it's not bringing it up. It's like, hey, well, what are you going through? How? And then you try to help them with your own tool belt that you've acquired through your experiences of trauma. That's what I always try to do, at least.
Yeah. And I try not to let that like, bring me down or like affect me like too much. Right. Like I still think you should, have a positive outlook on life. And I do my best to make sure that's, that is the case. And I have a good time. I'm not like, permanently like, down about it. The way I look at this is like something like that happens, right? It's a circle. It is a circle. It's a big circle.
Especially for you, you got 2 Purple Hearts.
Yeah, it's a huge circle. Huge
Like,
circle.
bad experience. Oh no, it's coming back around.
Yeah. So this happens, traumatic event. It's going to be, you're going to think about it a lot, right? It's going to it is going to be there. The moment you blink, you close your eyes, it's going to pop, right? It's going to happen. You're going to think about it a lot. And as time goes on, right, that circle should get smaller, right? Of you not thinking about it as much until the point where it is a memory that you can still remember, right? You still go on it, but you should not be dwelling on it constantly. Does that make sense?
Never dwell on the past. It's you learn from that experience, you process that experience, and then you move forward, becoming like, hey, yes, that happened. I'm going to use that as a reference for my future life and then for helping buddies out. But I'm going to also not let that just fucking pull me down or let that be my letter jacket. It's like, well, that's happened, so I can't move on with life. I'm too depressed. I'm too X, Y, and Z. Yes, depression and stuff can happen, but if you want to motivate people and motivate yourself, get out of that depression as hard as it can or reach out to others that can help pull you out of it. Yeah. And then find that group, that camaraderie to push each other to that next level of where that is the past. That is left in the past. You know it happened. You can talk about it. You can smile through it. And then you're like, yeah, that happened. But look what I'm accomplishing now. That should always be the mission and the goal in life is the future. Learn from the past. Use that to motivate yourself for the future. Because I don't know if it's like you. Like life, I understand, is very fragile now. I'm like, life will just, boop, in the blink of an eye, you're there, you're not there. And once you come to, like, you realize death is going to happen to everyone. It's just whether it's your time or not, then you'll have a different outlook.
Yeah.
It's like when I first started watching your stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw like the funny chapstick video that you did in the beginning. But then you started posting some of these stories like you're telling us here today. And it's like all the comments that everybody's writing, like sharing their own experiences that they haven't before, but because you're doing it and you're sharing it out there to the world, they're able to then communicate that themselves. And so now you're literally like healing people with your content, even you putting the face camo on and telling a story about your deployments and all that, it's like, dude, this is legit. This is good stuff. So good for you, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now he's like, please, can we not talk more?
No, I'm
I was expecting like, let's fucking crush this podcast. So there I was. I chose the wrong side of the road. Oh God. Oh shit.
No. Yeah, I mean, I imagine it was gonna get brought up because everyone's always wanting to ask me. Like I get messages about it all the time. Like, could you talk about it? Could you talk about it? And I've gone over it briefly, right? And especially, I thought it was very important to talk about it. Like what he's talking about, what I did. That was during the month of June. That was Men's Mental Health Month.
Oh yeah.
So I thought, you know what? Why not? I'll bring it up. Let's talk about it. I will show you through the expressions and how I know how. And I pretty much kind of like relived it and tried to tell it the best version I could with, through the lens of an iPhone. But no, I did see the effect of it, and I've gotten plenty of messages on like how that helped people, and I think that is important, right? Because especially in today's society, everybody only wants to show like the positive side of things. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to see the realness. And don't get me wrong, right? I don't want to scare people with what you could go through, right? But I also don't want to lie and say you could not potentially go through that. But what I do want to show is that you can go through those things. You could turn around, you can have a smile. That's what I want. Now, there are certain things I can and can't do that I know myself. Like, for example, I just can't touch alcohol. Just can't do it.
Oh, okay. Drink. Tell me that before I keep offering you drinks. I was like, you got to work tomorrow. Maybe I'll have one drink. See, thank you for that. That's way better now. Because I never pressure people. If you're like, I'm like, oh, you sure? I can make you something. I get you started again. I'm like, oh God, I didn't know. Why didn't no one tell me?
No, you're good. Yeah. No, that's just, you identify things on yourself and you just do your best to live with it.
Guess what I liked doing when I was a little kid? Eating cereal. Guess what? I can't do that much anymore as an adult. Eating cereal. Introducing Magic Spoon. GVAN, you're going to put logos right now. Here is where the Magic Spoon cereal would be if I hadn't already ate it, because I didn't realize I was doing an ad for it, and I thought the beautiful Sav got it for me to eat, and it was delicious, and I ate it all. Magic Spoon has 4 amazing flavors: fruity, frosted cocoa, and peanut butter. Only 140 calories per serving. Now, what's amazing about Magic Spoon? Well, it's high in protein, has 0 G's of sugar, that's grams, keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, and soy-free. Now, Eli, what box did you eat? Fruity. Go to magicspoon.com/unsub, grab a variety pack, and try it today. And be sure to use code UNSUB at checkout to save yourself $5. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with 100% happiness guaranteed. So if you don't like it, they will refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, start your New Year's right with a bowl of high-protein cereal over at magicspoon.com/unsub and use code UNSUB to save $5. So like a good story. Now follow that up, Tyler. What are you gonna?
Man, I can't follow that. I don't know how I would.
No, but you have your own trials and tribulations. What is? We'll switch it to more of a like one of your positive experiences, like one memory in your military where you're like, that was like that, even overseas or like on base, where it was either hilarious or something that left a mark for you.
Sure, I'll talk about my first team leader that I have. Shout out to Sergeant Walker. He's a coal miner from West Virginia. So this guy was like the expert of infantry tactics, but when it came to the basic English language and spelling and stuff like that, terrible. So we were I think we're in downtown Ramadi. We're driving. He's sending back a sit rep back to battalion, and he's like, "Hey, B-Dub, how do you spell because?" And so me being the very smart 18-year-old that I was, I'm like, "It's Bekause, Sergeant." And he's like, "All right," and he's like, "Hit send." Next thing I know, we do a all halt in the convoy. We're in downtown Ramadi, and he's like, "B-Dub, get out on the hood and give me 2.5." And I'm like, "I'm gonna die. Like, this isn't good." So next thing I know, I'm out there on the hood
in Ramadi.
Yeah, in 2007. I'm like, this is the surge. Yeah. You're like, bro. My like humor and sarcasm and like being that way has landed me in a position that like I'm gonna get sniped on the hood of this Humvee. Luckily, that didn't happen. But Obviously. It was like, in that moment, I'm like, you know what? I recognize like the value in the comedy and like the being sarcastic and all that. And like, the amount of stories that we have, like everybody at this table, messing around with each other, like those kind of guys and those experiences are why we're all still together, why we still talk to each other. I mean, I love it. I love everything about it.
Holy shit. I just, the picture of getting smoked. They like stop the entire.
Wild.
They're like, no, we're stopping here. Like, Big Song, are you sure we're in that? Nope. He's doing push-ups. Yeah. On the hood of the Humvee.
Halt. I'm like, wait a second. What are we stopping for? This isn't good. Like, I was a gunner. I'm standing there like, this ain't good.
You're just unbuckling.
He's like, you caused this. Like, whoa.
You want me to count out loud, Big Song? What do we do? Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was always back and forth. We had those ASVs. You guys ever riding those?
No.
It's like a coffin that has a turret in the middle of it. They're
ASV?
awful. Yeah, so little turret, you put the little seatbelt that's supposed to keep you safe in the little metal box. And it's like a mechanical where it can spin. So again, me being the way I was, I had a bungee cord in there that would keep my M4 up to the side. And so I could reach his, like the strap on the back of his IBA, like the old ACU pattern and everything. So I'm like, I know what I'll do. I'm going to attach this bungee cord to my turret, and then I'm just going to gradually rotate it. So it's like the tension on it is getting a little bit more, like every 5 minutes. Like I set my watch. I'm like, all right, 5 minutes. Move it, keep moving it to the point where I can see him in his seat, like he's trying to adjust it, and like just constant, like that kind of, until it's like, whoop-pow! And he's like, what happened? What, did you see something? Like, no, I didn't see anything. Like non-stop games, man.
If you want war, like the soldiers in war, this is the best way to describe it. Is like, we could die today. Purple nurple.
Yeah. It's like, why not?
Explosions going up, and you're still just fucking with each other. Sergeant Reyna, Lieutenant Wynn telling Staff Sergeant Reyna, he was like, hey, third squad, can you check the hole? It was an IED hole. And we're like, wow, this is a couple months in country. And like, we're against the wall. And I look at Sergeant Reyna looks at the lieutenant. He's like, the IED one? The one the giant fucking crater?
No, I don't want to go
like, Roger, Sergeant, go check that for me. Go fuck yourself, sir. You go check it.
What?
Huh? You go check it, sir, if you want to see if there's a fucking IED in it. We'll just keep moving, Big Song. Like, yeah, you're a butter bar. They're not going to tell you what to do over there. Or like instantly it was just like, oh yeah, I need to know my place. We'd have butter bars. I don't know if they still do it to this time. When we get new lieutenants, we would either dress privates or sergeants up as butter bars and then have them fuck with the new lieutenants. Did you guys ever do this?
Nah.
Oh man, I listen. If we got new ones to the unit, we'd be like, hey, Private Snuffy, here, you're fucking captain. Tell the lieutenant what to do. So then the new butter bar is terrified. He has a private trying to act like a captain. So you just have fuckery going on. You have like no idea what's happening. Oh, it's
Great to watch.
oh yeah. And then you get to see the private get smoked by the lieutenant after he comes out that he's enough. Yeah, I'm like,
full circle.
yes. Yes.
It's the circle of life.
Yeah.
What about you? You got fucking, what's your most crazy you have to have?
I don't, it's funny. It's funny because so people are always shocked because I'll hit 12 years in the Army in February, and I still haven't even done a combat deployment. And
I call it smart. It's called intelligent.
Well, what's funny is despite my best efforts, it just hasn't happened. Like I submitted a 75th RASP packet. Like I tried to volunteer for SOAR. Like, and
you're trying to be high speed? Why would you do that?
This was a while ago.
Okay. I was like, why the fuck would you ever? Usually it gets worse. You're like in for 3 years, like,
well, I hit 5 or 6. Well, yeah, I was 5 years in. I'm a Sergeant E5, and I'm like, gosh, I've been in for a while, and I still don't have a combat deployment. And so I started kind of seeking it out, and something always got in the way. And so for a long time, it was like a point of insecurity for me. Thank you. For a long time, it was like a point of insecurity for me. But what's funny is in the content, all of my content centers around the frustrating aspects of like garrison Army life, right? And because
what do you mean? What? It's frustrating?
Yeah, like mustaches and first sergeants.
I can relate.
But it's funny. So the fact that I didn't deploy is actually, it's given me experiences that so many people, because everybody's experienced the garrison military. You know what I mean? So many people can relate to it. And don't get me wrong, if a deployment comes my way, I'm not going to try and get out of it. You know what I mean? But it's not.
Well, I haven't experienced garrison military.
You got off the bus to your first unit and you guys left immediately.
He'll say it's like my garrison, it was wartime military, which was such a completely different military in like 05, 06. It was just like there was training. Fuck off, you're getting ready for war. Like, we didn't do NTC. We didn't do any.
Really?
Dude, they
No
shipped
NTC.
NTC to us for a crash course in a week and a half, and then we deployed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they were like, here, you're going to learn. Okay, you got it? That's, we're going to pretend this lush Washington state is Iraq.
Well, that's
It's a
right. You
desert.
were,
Okay. It's a desert.
You were at JBLM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for 3 years.
Yeah. See, JBL, I call it Fort Lewis because that's what it was at that time.
Yeah.
There was no McCord and
They
it
were
was
separate.
McCord. Yeah, they were separate at that time.
I did have a cool experience somewhat recently, and I don't know if it was right after I went on the first episode that I was on or if it was in between now and then, but
Just like Cooper one. This dude's the worst gamer in the fucking
swear
world.
to God.
And he just kept bringing up Sly Cooper,
Sly Cooper's
for
gonna.
stealth.
Well, I was tanked first off, but it's gonna be on my tombstone at this point. But no, I had the first person. It's happened a couple times since then, but a person walked up to me and they were like, "Hey, I joined the army because of your content." And my first thought was, "I'm so sorry," but it was. I'm kidding, obviously.
No,
For legal reasons, I'm kidding. But then we had a really cool conversation. So now he's a mortarman. I posted a video, and he was in it. And so I don't know. It's cool to see how I'm having an impact organizationally. And all I was trying to do initially is just make jokes online. You know what I mean? Just make people laugh.
Well, it's like you, One Punch Dad. Like you guys, it's awesome. We were talking about that on the drive to the restaurant. I was like, it's cool watching this new wave of higher enlisted creating content.
Yeah,
it's not doing like TikTok dances and stuff like that. It's like meaningful, which your TikTok dances, if that's you, do it. Fucking motivating Hua.
Please stop going live in the motor pool while you're driving a fucking vehicle, though. That'd be great.
Ghost ride the whip with the striker. It's just hitting stuff. Like,
I mean,
oh no.
everybody's doing it. So it's like even if you're wearing a uniform, you can still be yourself as long as you're accomplishing your job and everything. You can be yourself. Like, why not express yourself? And that's what's crazy. Like, you being on there with the platform that you have and at your level, like if you go on TikTok Live now, if we went on there, I guarantee you within 5 swipes, we're all going to have a soldier in uniform or Marine, whoever it is. So it's like, just be yourself. If you can express yourself and do it the right way, then
Professionally.
do it, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't all have to be negative. Like there's enough negativity out there. It's like, why not talk about some of the good stuff or share some of the experiences like you've had, and then it's going to help everybody else out. So
God, this is like the most motivational Hua episode.
I love it, man. I love it.
Hua. Just can I get a Hua? Now, can you smoke him and then you smoke him and then I just laugh because I'm out of the military?
Look at these idiots.
Because you are, so that can work, right? That's fine. I'm like, cold turkey might be great on a sandwich, but sometimes it's not the easiest thing when you're breaking bad habits. We're not talking about some weird, crazy mind voodoo from your neighbors. Use your own sarcastic example. We're talking about our sponsor today, Foom. And they look at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. Award-nominated device that does just that. So instead of drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Right, Henry? Help me. You're going nowhere, Henry. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses all natural, delicious flavors. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard. But switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 100,000 people and has thousands of success stories. And there's no reason you can't be too. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head over to tryfume.com and use code UNSUB to get 10% off your Journey Pack today. That's tryfume.com, TRYFUME.com. Code UNSUB. Like, this is all I wanted. I just wanted to watch old dudes smoke each other. I'm like, okay, let's fucking end the podcast.
Do you guys remember your first video you ever made?
I remember the first, so my first video I ever made was not like, I was just posting something. It was, I want to say it was my youngest daughter, and and she was in a bouncer. She was tiny at this point, like a couple months old, right? But she's fat because my wife pumps straight lard out of her, you know.
I like you know is what you stopped out. My wife
She'll
pumps
like that.
straight lard out of her. I can't say titties. Titties is the line.
My kids are fat, all right, and they're breastfed, okay?
Yeah.
So she's in a bouncer, and I'm bouncing it, right? And I did the, you like it thick, you like it chunky, that song, like over that. And so that, I think that was like the first video I posted. And then I did one, and it was like when you're driving to the DFAC and you hear they've got surf and turf, and it was Fortunate Son. And like I looked at the camera like right at the right time. So those were like the first ones. The first one I did that hit though, and I knew I could have like a presence on social media. I made a video where I was like, hey, sir, and I wasn't even talking in it. It was music and text, right? But it was my face, obviously. And I was like, hey, sir, we've got 2 people. You know, we're supposed to get in. We need to pick which one we're going to have in the unit. One of them, he's got a master's degree, volunteers. He's got a letter of recommendation from his last unit. And I'm like, oh, well, seems like an easy choice. And I'm like, the second guy, he's got a DUI. He's got a really volatile divorce going on right now. He just generally seems like a piece of shit, but he does run a 12-minute 2-mile. Oh. And I'm like, give me that guy.
Man.
I love PT is always the standard of the military. Dude,
it's not even PT, it's just running.
I know.
It's just running.
Sergeant Reina, God bless your soul for this, Sergeant Reina. And I still, it's my favorite part of the military was we stood up we were 2CR and we transitioned to 2ID. So we stood up the unit though. So like we had a E4 as the first sergeant, the first like 15 days there was the E4, and then we got First Sergeant Jones. And then we had like E4s and E5s as platoon sergeants and everything. So like,
funny enough, it's like that now.
oh yeah. Oh, I bet. Like, so it was like, oh, we're going to war and this is what we're working with. This is fucking dope. First Sergeant Jones. He was like, okay, your guys here's your platoons. And he let the sergeants pick who came into their team. Sergeant Reina, he just looked at everyone's PT score. And he got everyone, his entire squad was everyone that could max. So we didn't have to do PT. We would do PT once a month. Because every time we do it, we'd all work out on our own, do all that stuff. But instantly it'd be like, we'd show up to formation. Okay, break for PT. Sergeant Rando would look for everyone and leave. He's like, okay, meet me at fucking Denny's. We get him to Denny's, drive, head to Denny's, eat. And this was... Until we deployed, we did this every fucking
because there was no Waffle House in Washington, unfortunately.
But they got that Denny's right outside base.
Breakfast PT? Yeah, it's good to have breakfast PT.
So much breakfast PT. So we do that every time, and we still manage. And Sergeant Randa is saying, he was like, as long as you guys stay over 290 on PT scores, we will do this indefinitely. Everyone stay at 290 and above.
I'll tell you this right now, right? Because I've been in long enough to deal with the drama and political stuff of PT, but the best platoon I had was on a schedule of, and this was before the ACFT, right? So APFT, you had, it's up to 300 for the max.
Yep.
If you had a 270 or higher, go do PT on your own. I don't care.
That's how it should be.
Just show up for accountability, right? We're going to do accountability because First Sergeant wanted accountability, and that's just the way it is. We're going to salute the flag, pay respects. And then after that, 270 or higher, go to the gym. Go do whatever you're doing, because whatever you're doing,
it's funny
works.
too. Yeah. The response you get from people when I call it incentivizing excellence, as opposed to
no one that's stupid. It's fucking
should be like
as opposed to
I need you to shut your mouth.
Do you have that trademark right now? Copyright?
Like I don't understand what our fixation with like fucking everybody down for everything, as opposed to being like, hey, you couple guys, you're doing good things. Let's give you guys something, and then everybody else is like, you're telling me if I just get a really good PT score, I can do PT on my own? Even if it's like once a fucking week. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's always been more effective as a motivator for me personally.
So it's like, Jimmy, you got 300, great job. Do fucking push-ups because your shitbags didn't know how to run. You're like, I'm not even in that platoon, Sarge. I don't care, fuckhead. Okay, I don't even know why I'm doing this. That's the PT. Like your first sergeant. So if we don't know, can we say ranks on? I don't know what.
Yeah.
First
you can
sergeant.
call me Flo. First sergeant Flo.
Big sergeant first class over here. And then
First lieutenant.
silver lieutenant. Almost a captain. Big captain.
God willing, I'll make it to captain.
Thank you for your service, everyone. How do you run your PT?
So right now, since I'm in the HAC first sergeant, it's a little different than the lines, right?
Oh yeah.
But right now, it's up to the sections to go ahead and do their PT in accordance with the PT plan. Now, for me, how I ran it with my original platoon, right? When I was a platoon sergeant, that was we were able to get away with that. Granted, talking with Sergeant Major, the BC blessing off on it. So it all comes down to your chain of command and what they're okay with doing. In my current one, nah, you're going to do right now what we call team PT, right? So within your specific teams, because I'm in a SFAB unit, it's a little different than what your conventional unit would be. Essentially, just go do PT with your team and then good to go.
Push-ups.
I would say, yeah, no. ACFT, right? ACFT's changed things for the better, in my opinion. So,
100%.
People are now going to the gym because the gym is good. And I think the stigma of being like, how dare you go to the gym and lift weights is starting to not completely, go away, but it's starting to lower, right, where people can go.
The military is the only organization on earth that will build a multi-million-dollar facility for physical fitness and then tell people not to use it.
Yes.
The military is the only one that's also like, hey, why is everyone skinny and lightweight? Here, put on this 40-pound backpack and armor. There you go, big sergeant. Sergeant, shouldn't we lift weights to help our muscles carry this stuff? Shut the fuck up and run 2 miles. Roger, big sergeant. You're just like, there's no strength training in this. This is great. I love this so much.
Back and biceps day in the Army is we're going to run 6 miles and flex our back and biceps really hard while we do it.
Now, what I will say is, like, if I could run it for a day, right, like without getting, told to do something different, I would say right now with the ACFT and, how the scores are right now, if I could rule it, if you scored 540 and over or higher, then you're good to go do individual PT.
Isn't that how it is? I thought SMA put out policy on that.
I don't think that's like no. So that's for like height and weight, right? Like you don't have to get height and weight, but
Oh, that's right.
That's not like 540 higher. You can get and do whatever you want. No, that's not a thing. But I think that should be a thing because if you don't have 540 or higher, you don't have to get height and weighted. So to me, that's like you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone right there.
Yeah.
You hear that, generals that watch this podcast? Fucking make that shit happen.
But
we see a 4-star comment. He's like,
Wait, there's generals that watch this podcast? I don't know any of these people, sir.
See ya.
It cuts back to an empty table with me. I'm like, oh, never mind. I should not have said that. Well, it's what was it? It was if I were a first owner, I would fuck with my like one company or one squad, one company. It would be one company. I would try and make them. I'd be like, maybe a whole platoon. It would probably be like a whole company or a platoon. Make them do like choreographed dance for PT. So you have the sick like. I
can tell you right now, there are units that do it.
platoon?
It's called P90X. I've seen companies in an open field do P90X together.
Wow.
My
And I
favorite
just
part of
swallow.
PT is when some random wants you to do like whatever they do on the weekends and they're really good at it. And then you invite them to combatives and they sure as fuck do not show up to that.
No, like, no. But like, think if you did like a choreographed dance. Your sergeant majors, if he's like, hey, big sergeant.
It could be an intimidation tactic
No,
for the enemy.
Sergeant major's walking a big first sergeant over here. He's like, hey, who's doing PT? What the fuck are they doing? It's like, sergeant major, I got you. Come here. You walk them to that PT
Watch
room.
this.
Watch this, guys go. And they're like, Sergeant Major, hey, We're here. They're super jacked up. They're maxing that
They
PT
have to be
score.
jacked.
So
They have to be veiny. They've got to be clean shaven head to toe.
Sergeant Major doesn't know. He can't say anything. He's like,
Carry on.
yeah. He never goes around that team again just so he's...
Imagine if we could do like the Crank That Soldier Boy on the enemy's graves. You know what I mean? A choreograph. Nobody would ever go to war with us again.
Yeah. That's fear right there.
Yeah. You can't go to heaven if somebody cranks that Soldier Boy on your grave. That's all I'm saying.
Step into 2024 with confidence. Thanks to Manscaped, where revolutions are made.
As the new year approaches, why not make your self-appearance a breeze by keeping your body well-groomed?
Introducing the Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Plus Premium Ultra. Razors, beard cream, brushes, cowboy hats, Ultra.
The ultimate inclusive kit to help you feel clean cut and confidence as you should.
Featuring the Powerhouse Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra.
This next-gen trimmer ensures precision and ease when tackling your toughest hairs. So kick off 2024 with the trim above the rest. And use code UNSUB at manscaped.com and save yourself 20% off and free shipping. What are some of your resolutions this year? Mine is to trim the twig and berries, because the tree looks bigger when shrubs aren't around. What about you, Cody? What are you gonna do? I'm shaving my pubes. Audience, do you know what I love about Manscaped stuff? It's waterproof. Manscaped also threw in 2 free gifts for you. The Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. Now, resolutions may come and go, but a well-groomed you is here to stay thanks to Manscaped's latest and greatest. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code UNSUB. Happy New Year's to your balls. Oh, fuck. Now you guys are doing content creation. You're like, okay, we're getting this down. You're as you were saying, like first videos. Which one was like your first?
So my first video was like, I was a recruiter with the Army National Guard. And so I'm like, you know what? My boss called me. He's like, hey, you're not making enough phone calls. And I'm like, okay. So I made phone calls and, everybody's mom is hanging up on me or telling me what a terrible person I am. Just overall great experience.
Awesome.
So then I go to a high school and I'm like, hey, what's your Facebook? Some kid. And he's like, Facebook? You idiot. My mom has Facebook. And I'm like, well, thanks, you little brat. Great. Awesome. So then I realized what Instagram is. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make some videos, of giving out actual information and everything and see if that works. And so my first video is me sitting at my desk and I watch it. I've watched it recently. And I'm like, God, I'm such an idiot. So I'm sitting at my desk and I'm like,
I really want to look at it.
I was like, yeah, stop. No, don't look at it. Cut that. No. So
GVAN, put that shit up on screen.
I'm going to put it on a shirt with this mustache. I'm such an idiot.
Look, I'm like wearing a Army National Guard shirt and I'm sitting at my desk and I'm like looking at myself on my cell phone. I'm like, God, what am I doing? And then I'm like, perfect. I'm sitting up straight. I'm like, all right, I look huge now. I look like mandatory fun. Perfect. So, and then I'm like, hello, my name is Sergeant Butterworth, and I'm a recruiter with the Army National Guard. And today I'm going to tell you some education benefits. But I did it in a very formal manner like that. And then I'm like, now looking back on it, I'm like, why did I do that? I look like I'm being held captive. I don't think I blinked once in the entire video.
It's funny
It's
because
crazy.
people started commenting on my videos like, does this guy ever blink? And now I feel
get
like
that
I
too.
can't blink in any of my videos. And sometimes I have to reshoot them because I do
Yeah.
blink. I'm a human. I blink sometimes.
Make sure you blink. Yeah. I do the same
You guys
thing.
read the comments and you're like, shit. Do I
No.
blink too much?
I don't have a
right.
skincare routine, okay? I just don't have one.
4 months into this, I stopped reading the comments. So if you guys are commenting mean things, I'm not seeing it. Please stop doing it.
It really hurts his feelings, okay? All of us.
I read the comments.
Wait, so you watch it, you put it up, you're like, man, I fucking nailed that.
Well, yeah.
I bet you were like so proud of that
I'm like,
video.
yeah, look
you
at that.
showed your wife, you're like, babe, look how good I am.
Yeah, she's like, what are you doing?
What'd you think? She's like, you're so strong.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Strong.
Yeah, so I did that. I probably made like, I don't know, 3 more videos in that style of me sitting at my desk, doing that whole thing. And then I'm like, why am I doing this? Like this
like a douche.
This is what everybody does. I'm like, you know what? I like to joke around. I like to be funny. I'm just going to be myself. And so that's what I did. I called up the Marine Corps recruiter. I'm like, hey, dude, you cool? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I want to make a funny video with you. Like, have you ever seen Step Brothers?
Yes.
And he's like, yeah.
Can we just become best friends?
Exactly. Yeah. you want to do karate in the garage? So,
Do you guys want to do TikToks in the garage?
yeah, pretty much. I'm like, hey man, why don't you come over here? Why don't you come over here and we can like make videos of each scene from Step Brothers. And so the first one was like the intro where they meet, like Dale and Brennan meet in the front yard.
Call me T-Rex.
And so he's in his dress uniform. I'm in my dress uniform. I'm standing in the grass. Sorry about that. And then the
It's allowed.
It took me a second.
it's okay. Yeah, sorry.
He's probably like, why?
He's gonna smoke me after.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Will you
He's gonna
smoke him? Yeah, I was gonna say, and then you watch.
Yes.
So we do that first video, and then it's like, it just blew up. Like I'm getting all these messages like, hey, can you help me be in the Marine Corps? And I'm like, no, it didn't work. But then I start getting people that are like, hey,
You had other branches. Like,
yeah.
"Whoa, I want to be a Marine." You're like,
all the time. Are you the Air Force recruiter? I'm not the Air Force recruiter. It looks the same, but I'm not. So we do this video, and I get like all these messages, all these people commenting on it like, wow, these guys are actual people. It's like, well, we are. We joke around more than anybody.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, I continued that. I just started making all these funny videos, and then I see guys like this, guys like you that are making all these funny videos, and I'm like, dude, this is great. We should all be doing this. Like, be a person, be who you are.
It's so funny because I've talked to so many people who've at least considered joining the military now or are considering joining the military, like currently. And they all seem to think that we are all just like cut from this different cloth, or like we're just like superhumans or what? Not
like
superhumans.
robots.
Yeah, they just, bro,
Which
you
they
could be
are.
a normal.
They're superhumans. When we get off of this, they're like, God, those civilians suck.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Let's go do push-ups, guys. And I'm like, okay, guys, cool, man. What the fuck is wrong with these dudes?
But like, I did not.
Stand at parade rest. It's real weird.
We were all standing at parade rest
Yeah,
in the
when I
kitchen
walked in, they're
before
just
this.
like,
We were reading doctrine right before this. Just straight doctrine. That's all we do. That's all I do.
They were on their knees
For the
singing
record.
hymns of doctrine.
But I always tell people, like, I literally didn't think I could be in the military before I joined it and I got through basic and all that. And now here I am. I have a reasonably successful career. And so, like, I don't know. I truly believe the United States military can take any person and turn them into something that we can use. You know?
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
You're a tool. Go fuck yourself.
That's the end of the recruiting pitch for the podcast. Okay.
You're a tool. Go fuck yourself. Join the army. America. Yeah, America. Like, Eli, no, that's a terrible message. So that was yours. And then what got you, like, what was your big first piece of content where you're like, well, here we go.
Here,
Oh.
you need it.
So no, not yet, not yet.
all
We're,
right,
we're
tell
gonna
me
pause.
one.
on
Pull
this.
it up,
Tell me
G-Van.
about it.
You pull
Need
up
what?
everyone's first piece of content to embarrass them.
Well, so the first, to be honest, I can't remember the first video I ever made on TikTok. Right, that was like, I think I was trying. So originally, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna YouTube how to be a streamer, like video games, because I'm a fucking nerd. I love video games. I'm all about it.
We're going
right?
to talk about
All of
Sly
it.
Cooper shortly.
To show you how nerdy I am,
sure.
just looking at myself on the screen right now, to the right here, that's Endeavor. Okay, I got All Might tatted on my arm. That's how nerdy I am. I'm as nerdy as it gets.
He's almost as nerdy as me.
So
That half sleeve. When he gets to a full sleeve and a back piece and a chest piece.
And on his hands.
Yeah, I have Goku on my hand. I can't get a normal job.
that's actually a really great tattoo. I love it. So then I don't remember what I did. I tried it out. I tried streaming that, or I posted a video of that. Nothing. I was like, man, this is harder than I thought this was gonna be. And I remember my wife being like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I downloaded TikTok," and even she was like, "It's just it's a waste." Like
She's like, "You working at
it's
twerking
not gonna do
videos over
yeah.
there? What are you
She's
doing?"
like, "You're not gonna do anything with this." It's you know what I mean. She's just like making fun of me about it. I was like, "Bet you I can pop off on this," and she was like, "Bet you can't." I was like, "Okay." So then I started reaching out and I started doing other things. I started the dancing. I looked at the dancing. I mean, I know a little bit.
Why are you dancing in the garage?
I know a little bit of Neo, back in the day, I was like, yeah, I could probably do that, but I'm probably not. I'm probably not going to do that. And
Just
then
picture your wife opening the door and you're like, what?
in the garage.
it's harder than I thought. And then I saw
She just closes it. She's like,
Puts the garage door down.
my FYP brought me like this people doing like little hand and arm signals and everything. And I was like, okay, I guess it's called tutting. Tut.
Is it
Something.
Naruto?
Or like people like do like
Like
you know,
TUT.
like TUT. Look it
what
up.
the- wait,
Google
hold the
it.
fuck-
Google
wait,
it.
Naruto?
No, yeah. It's like Naruto, like people doing that. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll try that. I think I made like one video doing that. And then
Get
I was
out
like,
of here.
okay.
Leave this podcast.
Yeah, I told you. I'm as nerdy as it
Can you
gets.
demonstrate? Can you
No,
like,
I don't.
do
I
one
don't.
real quick?
I mean, let me see.
I don't remember. It's a 2 minute. I
don't remember.
Choreographed piece.
Yeah,
It's like-
100%. 100%.
Took me 4 months to learn how to do fireside.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But so I tried that, didn't work, and I was like, man, screw this. And I just started making things that I thought was kind of funny. Still didn't work. And then I started reaching, and then it happened. The moment of truth. I was watching this video with the Silence of the Lambs song, or Goodbye Horses, I should say. But it reminded me of Silence of the Lambs, right? So I'm watching it, and it's this chick. She was like in the gym, and she's like lifting weights, and she's, it had nothing to do with the song, but in my mind, when I heard that song, that's what like flashback. I was like, oh, creepy scene. Nothing. And then I looked at the, you can like click on the sound, you can look at all the videos, right? And I saw nobody did the really is a lipstick, but no one did the thing.
Fuck me.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And I was like, okay, well, someone's got to do it.
I'm seeing where your name came from.
Yeah.
Where does Drosian come from too?
So we're gonna go down that fucking rabbit hole in a little bit.
Okay.
But
Timestamp.
with the chapstick, right? I just decided to I did it, put my phone up on a little tripod like you're looking right now. And then, I had to rewatch that scene on YouTube. And then I was like, you know what?
It's what the people want.
Yeah.
It's what
The
the
first
people
time I
want.
saw your chapstick video, it made me uncomfortable, but in a way that I was unsure of. You know what I mean?
So eye contact, right? I'm really good with eye contact. I can keep you here all day if I wanted to.
Now remove the tip.
And then after that, I was just just a little bit of chapstick, a little bit of a zoom out, and then it went out from there. So that was my first pop off video. That had I don't know, at the time, 600,000. I was like, oh, because I only had 115 followers. I was like, oh my God, I'm
Did you
famous
throw your
now.
phone at your wife's face?
No, not yet. Look at what I did. I pretty much was
I
told you. Look at this. You need to come respect my skills, all right? Because I'm a fucking visionary.
I'm the Lord of
And then
Lips
she
now.
hits play and it's just you.
So
That's what you were doing in the garage.
that happened, and then people were like, "Oh, do it this way." So then I tried it this way, and then I tried it different ways, and after that, I just kept doing it every time and that wasn't the viral one. The viral one is where I do it like a chem light, and I have a helmet on. It's so good, wild. But so I was in Fort Polk, which is Fort Johnson, right?
Polk is now Johnson.
Horrible. That's why we can't have
We're
nice
good. We're saved. Audio is okay. We're good.
Good.
You're good. You're good. Do push-ups. See, I can smoke him
there
now.
we go.
So now it's get down with it.
So JRTC, if you guys aren't familiar with that is a horrible time. All right, it's a rotation, a CTC rotation. We can talk about this stuff later. But
Fucking
pretty much, it's like a major field event that BCTs will go through. So anyway, I'm the bad guy. I'm Op 4, right? I'm the one who steals the people and takes your food and steals your ammo. So anyway, it's coming up on the final day. I'm tired. We've been out for 36 hours, and I've been up just on my fourth energy drink, and we're just waiting for the call to be done with this, right? And it's in the morning in this little crappy village that they have out there. And I just remember looking at my phone. I was like, man, I haven't made a video today. I'm gonna make one. And then I thought about it. I was like, I should make one in gear. And then my RTO is sitting behind me, and I just looked at him. I was like, get out the truck. We're going on top of the building. He's just like, Roger, Sergeant. And so we go up there to the top. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, hold my phone. He's like, okay. He's like, I just need you to just hold it straight for me, all right? I'm going to do something. It's going to get a little weird, but I need you to just keep it on me. And we did it, and that's the one that shot off. And then I made 100 more of those chapstick videos, and then
I love when you find the thing that hits and you just do it over and over
So,
and
that's what I
over
thought,
and
right?
over
They were
again.
like,
Smallest
this
thing.
made it. I'm going to capitalize on it. People want more. And then the Lord of Lips thing, one of my viewers said, this guy is the Lord of Lips. And I was like, that is a cool name.
That's a
I'm
good name.
sticking with that.
yeah.
And every time
And now you love that name.
I love it. But, that's just what people call me, and I just roll with it.
That's so funny.
It's a weird time.
We were talking about names because I like Double Tap was an old clothing brand. It was like one of my first businesses was Double Tap, which is not non-existent anymore. So that's why it's like Eli Double Tap. That was
That's a good name too.
Well, now I was like, because I feel like a douchebag with it. It's like the Army infantry dude and then like fucking Double Tap.
I'm a hunter of men.
I have that name. God damn it, Eli. Why did that? I was like, I could just go back to Cuevas. Just Eli Cuevas, my Mexican name. But no, it's Double Tap from here on out. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. I'm actually really honored that you brought. Like, I'm looking at this now. I'm analyzing because,
Burt's
I've gotten
Bees,
really
that's
good with
good
chapstick.
chapstick,
Burt's
too.
Bees is a good,
It's a
that's a
good
good brand.
brand.
Burt's Bees.
That's like
I actually want it
That's
back.
like the
You want
Patron
to
of
play? I'm down to
chapstick.
play. All right. But yeah.
Thank
We're
you.
going to start a
Sorry.
new chapstick
Can you sign
line
this?
for. We're starting a chapstick line for you.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
let's do it.
100%.
I want, if I could figure out and be smart enough to do it, we would have MRE flavor. You'd have chili mac. All right.
Chapstick?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay,
Chili
well,
mac flavor.
we're not
I'm sure
letting
someone
you
out
be
there
in
You
likes
charge
should
chili
do
mac.
depression flavor.
Mandatory fun flavor.
You should do I didn't get promoted flavor. Article 15 flavor.
Got med boarded out flavor.
Have you tried PTSD? It's so good.
For a good time.
Here, try some.
Oh my God.
Eli, wake up! I know that the GHOSTBED pillow is super comfortable and has cooling technology, but we're shooting an ad right now.
You mean this GHOSTBED pillow?
That one!
Cooling technology?
Cooling technology, it's hot in Texas, but that's cool. Eli, I know you're cooler than the backside of a pillow, but with GHOSTBED, you don't have to turn the pillow over. It has cooling technology.
Every mattress has a 20-year warranty.
Some even have 25.
And you can try it out for 101 nights.
If you don't like it, you can send it back. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
I have hard feelings for GHOSTBED.
I have a hard feeling for you.
I'm really hard. The pillows have cooling technology.
And so do the mattresses.
The mattresses do too.
Hey, Cody, did you know GHOSTBED also offers bundles?
Bundles?
You get everything you need.
Just choose from your 4 mattresses and pick your bundle.
So whether you need a mattress and a frame, or you just want to choose it all,
Like their cooling pillows and sheets.
you can get the best bang for your buck.
Right now, GHOSTBED is offering 50% off everything if you use the code UNSUBSCRIBE. Click the link in the description or go to ghostbed.com/unsubscribe.
That's right, ghostbed.com/unsubscribe and get 50% off right now.
So
Motor pool flavor.
your name, Mandatory Funday.
Yeah.
Why did you decide on that?
Yeah, so I,
Have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my buddy, my buddy from Bolick, Kevin Taylor. I literally texted in my old Bolick group chat. I was like, "Hey guys, I've got like 10 basic officer leader course. It's officer AIT.
Okay, thank you. I was
Or
like,
officer
what the fuck
OSINT.
word are you making?
It's how, it's where you get MOS qualified as an
I was
officer.
so confused. I was like,
You get MOS qualified as an officer in Bolick. Okay, so I texted in the group chat. I was like, "Hey guys, I need a name," and Kevin Taylor was like, "Mandatory Funday," and I was like, "That's fucking genius."
It's a
Because now and every single time I comment on anything, anytime I do anything anywhere on social media, anybody who's from the military, and I've learned any NATO military recognizes that term. Because the British have mandatory fun days, the French have. I don't think there's a country in NATO where somebody hasn't messaged me and been like, I don't think you guys did this stuff because you're the U.S. military. We always say like the U.S. military would never do this, and I'm like, no, bro, we do it, and we do it even harder.
If you like anyone out there, if you don't like the U.S. military, isn't I was never like this is the most organized unit in the fucking world. I'm like, well, this is the most organized unit in the fucking world. What is wrong with this? If this is the most organized thing ever, because people have this which is awesome. It's like, oh, man, this prestige, and then you're like, no, you know that fucking the dumb kid that barely could do arithmetic. He's probably a first sergeant right now, unfortunately. At least during the time I was in. That was my leadership.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
It's funny because the way our doctrine's set up, and I won't nerd out on this too much, but the way our doctrine's set up inherently is just better than our adversaries. because all of our adversaries are authoritarian countries and their doctrine very much reflects it, right? We push decision making down as much as possible to the lowest level. So like the specialist,
don't listen.
so the specialist on the ground that's getting shot at should be the one that's able to like direct traffic a little bit theoretically with our doctrine, but
In theory is a strong word right there.
Disciplined initiative.
yeah.
Dude, this was a time I had a, what was his name? He was a major. He went from green to gold. He went to like E7 and made it to major.
Those are the most grumpy ones. Yes.
Oh, dude. Amazing human though. But he was still like.
He was an E7 and he made it to major.
Yeah.
So he's had
old.
more than
was
2 full
ancient.
careers at this
Yeah,
point.
dude, he started during World War I, I think. He had 4 stars on his infantry
He
ribbon.
was there
It
for Audie
crazy.
Murphy's commissioning.
Yeah, he actually pinned him. It was crazy. So, but when talking to him, I was like, was it Lambert? No, it was another one. And it was this realization talking to him. He was like, I was like, why'd you go up and then switch? He was like, Eli, when I hit E7, I was like, I need to make a difference. And I thought if I worked up in the listed, I could make that difference.
Nah.
He never can.
He's like, so I switched. And you know what I found out? Still can't make a fucking difference in anything that happens. I was like, what? He's like, I need to be like a 4-star. Eli. That is the only way anything will fucking happen. He's like, I'm just nothing. I'm like, wow, okay. Well, thank you for that, sir. Huh. Well, that's depressing. So, can I go get chow now, big sir? He's like, Roger, Eli.
Oh, it's so it's funny. I've been really blessed with the unit I've been in. Cause like when I started getting big I was in kind of a strange situation. I was coming to my first unit as an officer from Bolick, and then that unit was going somewhere. And I was kind of in the middle. Like I was gonna go eventually, but I was in this weird time period in between, and I was getting big on social media, and I was like, God, I don't know what they're gonna what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like I know other guys who've done stuff on social media, and they get like Article 15s and shit. Like what's gonna happen to me? And then I got where I was going, and they were so supportive. Right? They were like, hey, just be professional, like follow the Army values, and do your thing, because we think you're making a positive change or a positive difference. Yeah. And so that was like it could not have gone better. You know what I mean?
crazy.
If I had written it myself, I don't think I would have written it better how it went for me.
And then the captain says, you're making a difference. The end. That's a book. That's a book.
That's going to be the opening line to my autobiography.
Fuck.
But yeah, I really have enjoyed seeing the shift in, because social media has been villainized, right? And for somewhat good reason in some cases. But like the shift has been pretty cool to see since I've been in.
Do that, yeah. Getting to see that shift from like where you like the bad stuff and then like where it is now is awesome, because it was the privates or those ones. It's like the Marine wife dance or like the people in the fucking. I don't know what the privates. Never mind. It's privates. It's like, hey, it's your boy, fucking P6933 private. We're out here in Syria just having a blast, and they're giving like coordinates, and you're like,
oh my God. Have you guys seen the video of the dudes that get the pizza delivered to the land nav site?
Yeah.
whoever's doing that, stop.
And then they record, I assume it's their first start, and he's like, stop getting pizza delivered to the fucking... But if you successfully deliver a pizza to the land nav site, didn't you win land nav? Like, it's... Didn't you win? That's it, right?
I wouldn't, if I was a first arm, I'd be like,
The first sergeant over here is like,
yeah, well, big first arm, what do you think on that?
What, if pizza got delivered to land nav site?
Yeah.
Well, that was good initiative.
They send you classic. They send you
Classic
a
initiative.
classic response.
You get your own pizza.
And a bottle of Jack.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah, right. So
He doesn't drink. That's rude.
that's
good,
true.
good,
Yeah,
good,
what a
good
rude-
And a
initiative.
Diet Coke.
There we
Dr.
go.
Pepper. I'm a Dr. Pepper guy.
See?
Dr. Pepper.
But
Dr.
Coke-
Pepper
Coke
people
is
are something
secondary.
else, too.
There we go. And you're like, send him a bottle of Jack. And we're like, what?
He already said
now
it,
he's
man.
gonna smoke.
We
his
did
soldier.
just have that conversation too. Can I get another one, please? So I can at least be, like hammered while I'm making a fool of myself.
So, but what would you do? It's like big soldiers were like, hey, I took initiative. I got a pizza delivered for me and my team.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, first arm.
Well, depending on what we were doing, right? I'd imagine because we've done land nav recently, right? Normally for these kind of things, you're not pizza is going to be there when you get back. Pizza's going to be there before you leave, and usually these land nav things are like a day. But yeah, if pizza, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I'd probably be a little upset. Put it this way. I would never make you do something I wouldn't do, right? If I ain't eating pizza, you're probably not going to eat pizza. At least out there. Now, when we get back, guess what I'll probably have for you? Pizza.
Ah, see,
Fair.
you're a good folk.
And a late call.
Fair.
And a late call. Normally we do late call. I just gave the guys a late call yesterday, so.
What? You're a good first arm?
He's a kind God.
He is I am a kind God. He's walking around shirtless.
So funny. I've said that so many times, and people look at me and they're like, "Are you insane?" And then you finally got the reference.
I think we're like, from what I've seen, for first sergeant, not necessarily, I'm like a senior, like I've been a first sergeant the whole time, but like even like senior NCOs in general, I've noticed get a little wild with like the power, right? Here's the way I see it. Something comes up that's kind of like,
Private,
I don't like it. You have your officer counterpart, right? So if he was like my captain, or if I was platoon sergeant, he's my PO, I'd be like, how you feel about this, sir? What's going on? What do you want to see? What do you want? What would you like? If he doesn't like it, even if he doesn't tell me directly, if I get a hint that he doesn't like it, guess what I'm about to do? It's going to happen. That's all I am really, is just the enforcer. If the PO or the commanding officer is cool with pizza, I'm cool with pizza. If he's not cool with pizza, we're not cool with pizza. That's just the way I go.
You got them crazy eyes too.
He does. That scared me.
Like, what's your Hispanic origin? Or are you Hispanic?
How would you accept that?
Because he's brown. Because he's brown. I thought this was
I'm so glad I didn't say it.
I look at his brown skin.
I don't condone any of this. I don't want to be canceled, Hollywood.
I'm not white. I'm fine. Mildly retarded. It's okay.
I thought this was a PG
These
podcast.
white guys can't say anything over here. What is your Native American?
Mexican, I'd say.
See,
So
he's
like,
brown.
yeah, this is, if we're gonna, peel the onion a little bit back, family wise,
an
I have
onion.
like a nuclear family, so like I really don't know, but I would say I'm pretty good chance of some Mexican in there. Definitely
the
some
shade
Mexican.
card, you get
I
shot.
don't know any other ones.
I like these. These are nice.
These are, there's a joke written on the back of the truly. I don't know.
This is
Yeah,
my
that-
favorite thing.
2%
that's hilarious.
White people get uncomfortable on the podcast because, like, Brandon, and then we'll have other people, and then you just get to see like different jokes, and they're like, I was texting during that joke. Can I laugh? Can I laugh? Can I laugh?
It's like the awkward look around.
But so like they're like, okay, here's first arm. Well, at least you're a good first arm. That's like, because first arm, I will always give him mad props. He was an excellent he was. Sergeant majors hated him because he did not give a fuck of their like what they wanted. He was like, hey, this is how I'm training my team. He made first sergeant in like 9 years.
Wow.
For reference.
That's fast.
He's like, he went Ranger, Combat, was it Ranger, Combat, Diver, Sniper, and then first sergeant from second Ranger back came, and then was like, okay, and then we went Delta. So he was like fucking fast. He trained us exactly what he was used to, which we didn't. We wore soft caps and then would fire. We'd do all our CQB and soft caps, shooting range shit. Like we'd have our vest, soft caps,
Like
just
big boy
train-
rules.
Yeah, we did big boy rules, and that's what we thought was the standard across. I didn't know that wasn't the standard across the Army until we did advanced CQC. We had a whole company or a battalion size advanced CQC course for a week. We load on the bus. We're like, "Whoa, what are we doing?" He's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, soldiers, we're doing advanced CQC. We have to do like a demo and stuff. So what we've been teaching you the entire time, none of the other guys know that. So just play along." We're like, what? We're like, no one knows, because we were taught how to like explosive breach. We were taught all this shit from like year, like for the first 6 months, year. It was just ingrained us. Like, this is how we train. This is how we do everything. This is how you engage. We're like, oh, okay. We thought that was just the standard, and we always found it funny because the other first sergeants would call us like, oh, fucking, you're from. We're like, why do they call? I don't get
Why
it.
do they have a name for us?
Yeah, we just had no idea. But one of the first times was like, and I've told this story before. Sergeant Major Green came in and he was like, "Hey, we had a battalion formation. Everyone lines up, fucking making." He's like, "HHG, sound off." They're like, "Fucking Alpha Company." When he says Alpha Company, first Sergeant looks back, so he's like, "If any of you sound off, I'll fucking murder you." Like,
Classic. We were soldiers, huh?
yeah.
He would
So we're
call
like,
me Grandpa.
yeah, so we like just shut up. Alpha Company sound off. Beco sound off. We're good. That's all Sergeant, first Sergeant says. He's like, "We're good, Sergeant Major." It's like, "Oh, okay." Goes the truck, and they sound off, and you're like, "Huh, what the fuck?" But then we found out, like, because of his training, we were very advanced on everything. We were fucking dress on everything in combat. So it did help in that experience going over there. He left. Unfortunately, he did get, he got picked up for CAG, left, did that. We got those people coming into our battalion. It was the weirdest thing watching, you guys know, when you're a private, you're an E4, you're a sergeant. When you see dudes walking around your company with no name tapes, no rank, and that's no one's stopping them, and you're like, "Are they here to pick up first? Is first sergeant in trouble or is he leaving?" And that was like in a week he was gone. It was fucking weird. It was awesome though. Like, that's cool. Still
Good
keep
for
in
him.
contact with him. Awesome dude. Nice. We now train with the Delta guys. They'd come down and train with BRCC and stuff. So we would get shit wrecked. Like, we'd do long range shooting, drink afterwards, get shit wrecked. And this is on their dime. They're having a blast. They train on our property. And we had a blast and have a good time. But I remember talking to the Delta guys, and we were talking. They're like, I was like, "Oh, did you?" And they're like, "You know, fucking." I was like, "Yeah, he was my first song." They're like, "Holy fuck, bro, you remember?" And then, like, the stories they had was like, "Oh, I'm DMing him right now, and I'm going to tell him about these stories that I've heard of him." It was awesome seeing that. But I'm super appreciative of the good first sergeants like yourself, where it's like, "Hey, this is like, we're motivating soldiers, not tearing them down with dumb shit the entire time."
The thing that frustrated me the most as a junior soldier is that leaders in the United States military have a lot of power over their people. Like, and oftentimes you have a lot of autonomy. And it always seemed like when we had the option to go left and it would fuck us, or right and it would like make our lives a little better, we always chose to go left. And I never understood it. Like, hey,
Did you pick left or right?
I normally go left.
But on your IED explosion.
that was left.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So it was
I normally go left.
That wasn't an intentional reference to that story, but I'm glad it all lined up.
Yeah, look at that.
You know, it's like
It's the circle you were talking about. The circle.
like
What's the circle coming?
I'll never
Horrible,
forget.
horrible.
There was a day when I showed up for PT as a private, and my like team was the only one there. Like, it was very clearly like a late call that day, and my team leader was like, "We're gonna do PT because we're here," and he clearly felt embarrassed because he's a fucking idiot, right? Like, you didn't put out a text, or like, you know what I mean? You didn't communicate, and so now you're fucking just wrecking us even harder because of your you know, you get what I'm saying?
Oh,
And so
100%.
That's the kind of stuff that I go after the most in my content. And my mentor actually said it. He put it into words. He's like, "You're just saying the things in public that nobody like wants to say." And so I love that. I love that description.
God, I love bad team. Like, bad anything. Like, everyone, like, no one's there. It's like, "Okay, we're doing an airfield run." Looks like we beat all
It
the
was
other
a 6 mile
soldiers
run.
here.
It was a 6 mile run.
I had this first sergeant on one of our deployments, so I've been guard the entire time. So when we deploy, we do like a 3 to 4 month train up so that we can, you know, get up to standard.
Yeah.
So qualify, do everything we need to do, right?
No,
Why is
yeah,
that, why is that funny, man? Why is that
I
funny?
can relate. I can relate.
So this first sergeant, he was real quiet and everything. He never said much, but we get there, and as soon as we hit the ground for our train up, he's like, I want to make sure that all of you are wearing your body armor and your helmets wherever you go. So like, if we're walking to the chow hall, if we're walking anywhere, we're doing it. And I'm like, this is so dumb. Like, why are we doing this? But then I realized, I was like, this guy's a genius. He is, because then it's like we're doing the PT and everything. Maybe I sound crazy right now.
Yeah. I'm listening. No,
Okay,
go ahead.
right. He's taking this.
Yeah.
So we're walking everywhere, but we're getting accustomed to wearing all the gear, right? So then when we got into country and we're wearing it all the time, it was like nothing.
Huh.
What do you think? Good idea or crazy?
That is a technique.
For the record, no comment.
No?
So my boxing coach, he would punch me in the face. When I got really punched in the
think you
face,
should
I was
punch-
like, oh my God, he's been training me this entire time to get punched in the
If
face.
he punched you,
Working.
if he punched you in the balls, though, getting punched in the face wouldn't seem as bad.
I was like,
Very true.
I was trying to like think of, I was like, man, this is like equivalent to saying like, we should be in patrol bases every night instead of going home, because that way when you are in a
I
patrol
do believe
base,
that wearing your kit and stuff, like, you know, wearing it periodically, it'll make it less stressful when you got to wear it all the time. But like, to just be like, you know what, guys, on
Me and
Wednesdays,
you have the same outlook. I'm like, man, I fucking hated my cat. I wasn't happy. Like, thank God I had my helmet for the last year.
you know you've been wearing
I trained.
you know you've been wearing it too long too when you like don't notice that it's on anymore.
Yeah. Trust me.
yeah.
It's not fun.
I hated dude, I've told the story many times. We'd be on base waiting for, like, we lived in Cobbs. So every 22 days, we'd rotate onto base to do internet, MySpace, all that stuff. Yes, it was a MySpace time frame.
Did you have the phone cards? Did you have
We
the
did
phone
my
cards?
emails and my MySpace.
Where was the Morse code machine? Was that in the USO?
Did you go to the phone trailers? The phone trailers with the little call cards?
I'd write my
Oh, yeah.
fucking carrier pigeon, send it
Hey, Mom.
to my girlfriend at the time.
His was named Hedwig.
Dearest girlfriend, can thine send thine titties via pigeon? The pigeon would fly back playing with titties. I'm like, yes, this is dope. They were drawn though. But I was like, we would rotate back into base. And this time in Iraq, it was if there's any accidents or deaths from anyone, any battalion, anything on base, it was a lockdown. It was the blackout period. So you'd have like a 5 or 10 day blackout of internet comms.
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar.
When you are out in sector with no internet for 22 days and then you come back and then there's a blackout period, you're like, my life. But when you're on there and you're waiting and you're in line for the internet and you're like, okay, it's almost my time. I'm about to check. I can catch up on my MySpace. I can change that song that's been playing. Dude, my Linkin Park soundtrack's gonna be so dope for my profile.
I remember this period. This
had
is
a-
a good period.
you had a MySpace?
But yeah, yeah.
What was the
well,
song?
yeah.
I met my wife.
What's the song?
My wife and I.
Evanescence.
It depended. It depended on the theme. It depended on the theme. Yeah, it honestly depended on the theme. You know, I had a little bit of Ti in there. You know, a little bit of.
Ooh, T.I.
T.I. was
Game
good.
over.
Now I'm gonna listen to that on the way home.
There you go.
My wife and I both have each other in our top 3 on MySpace. Probably
Wow.
still.
You still have
I haven't
MySpace?
looked at. Well, MySpace still exists. I mean, I didn't delete the account. It's
I would
got to be
love
there.
to find my.
I need to
old
like
MySpace.
figure out how to log back in. I haven't seen that shit in years.
And I
That
would
would
just
be
be in line.
awesome.
We would all be in line. We just rotate. We fucking smell like shit. I'm like, oh, fucking check this. I'm gonna go to Chow Ha. And you're just waiting, and then the mortar sounds go off. Whoop, whoop. And then you see everyone like ducking for the tables or running off and to get in shelter. And we're like, fuck yeah, internet time. And we sit down, and you'd see people under the table. It's like, what are you doing? Take cover. Yeah, that's gonna save you. I have emails. So they'd be like, why aren't you taking cover? It's like, bro, I don't get internet ever.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting. This might kill me. I don't know. But just in case it doesn't, at least I get a fucking.
It's changed a lot since you've gone.
Yeah, I bet. I hope.
Like now, like it's well, to me, it's kind of like bittersweet, but like, you know, Joe was just there last year, right? And even at one of the big NWRs that I remember 10 years ago was like hopping and popping. You go there now, MiFi pucks, right? Like little Wi-Fi that gives you. Everyone's got those. So guess what's not, you know, guess what's empty? The phones, the computers.
Wow.
No one gets in line no more. Because, I mean, why when you can just
Yeah, that's true.
pop them up?
Oh yeah, you have phones and stuff.
What about the MWR tents? Those were always like popping.
So yeah, that used to. I remember that being in line, being like, "Hurry up, bro! Like it's my. I want to talk too." Nah, because I mean, you got your smartphone, and you got if you have a MiFi puck, which they even have over there nowadays, right? You could just why go to that when I could just do it here, you know?
Holy fuck, I forgot about the phone shit too. Oh my God, yeah, because I was like, oh yeah, we'd have the internet. I forgot of waiting in line for the phone.
Yeah.
That's a core memory. You just
The phone trailer. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
the phone trailer with the little phone card. You'd go in there and
no one's got phone
scratch
cards
it like
no
this
more.
close to somebody and like, yeah, mom.
Yeah.
This guy's touching my arm right now.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, babe, I'm super hard. Go on. Shut up. Go away. Fuck off, dude.
What is he saying? Mom, it's not me.
God, I don't fucking miss that shit at all. Ooh. Yeah. Guys, just be happy you don't have to deal with that. 100%. I didn't deal with it enough.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah. There was no Afghanistan. We just did Iraq surge and it was fucking done and moving. But I forgot the phone cards completely spaced out. We had
I remember having to say before I left, I had a notebook of just phone numbers.
Yeah.
That way I could be like,
same.
Now I don't remember anyone's phone numbers. I just
I had like a little notebook.
click on a name.
Phone numbers.
the blue. Yeah, I had my blue book.
Yep.
And my blue military. Was it blue? No, it was the green one with the
Green,
fucking
yeah.
yes. Oh
Yeah,
my.
green.
There you
Get
go.
out. All of you are never welcome back. I'm gonna go home
There
be
you go.
depressed from this.
The only
Where's my
person's
book?
phone number who I remember, and I don't really know why, 'cause I don't call her that much, is my grandma.
Why don't you call your grandma much? Let's peel that onion back.
That was the Eli. That was
We
the
should
joke.
call her right now.
No,
We
we're
should call her.
focusing on that onion. We're peeling that lid.
Nana, I'm sorry.
Nana's a huge fan. She's commenting right now.
I watch every episode.
She's like, that's why you don't call.
You don't call because you're a bitch.
Horrible.
Nana mandatory. She's gonna be pissed at this episode.
New Instagram account. Nana mandatory. Perfect.
I'm gonna set that up.
So now we're gonna switch
Epic.
to what I'm really excited. Well, we can fuck it. I wanted to ask you guys on your favorite firearms real quick, but then I want to talk about video games because this is going to be crazy to a lot of you out there. When you're in the military, during my time frame, I didn't get into firearms to the degree I am until after. Well, after when I got out, I had like a fucking 1911 and an AR, and I thought that was the coolest shit. And I was like, this is all I'll need. I didn't still like going shooting because I shot so much in the military. Well, you guys are still in. Are you guys like big gun guys? Or are you just like,
No.
oh, I fucking knew. I knew it was just gonna be like, you don't give a shit. Like when you're in
the
you're
military ruins it.
Oh, it's like for me, like I live on a farm, and so we have coyotes and foxes and all that. And we have animals that will get eaten by those animals. So that's the only purpose for me for shooting. But to like go out and just like sling rounds down range, like I really don't do it. Like it's just not enjoyable.
I have an XDS, but like
What is that?
I've never shot it.
Like a computer?
It's a handgun.
firearm.
Yeah, I mean, I have one. I've never even shot it. Like, I'm not a gun guy, you know?
that happens. You same.
I know the M4. I know the M9. Yeah.
Nice.
You're probably okay with an M9. Military does not teach us how to shoot pistols.
No.
Yeah. So
At all. Like, period.
Oh, I mean, you know what? I got one now, so that's kind of fucking cool.
You didn't say you could
even
shoot
have
it.
an answer to
Yeah,
that.
he just said, I got one now.
Yeah, you're right.
I got one now. He wears it here. Old First Art don't shoot. Old First Art's
you know
like this.
what?
He's like, teacups. He's closing one eye. He's fired.
That's
I'm
amazing.
really happy to have one now. You know what I mean? I've always wanted one. I've already got my little side hip holster, so when I'm out there on my next deployment, right, I'll be like,
official.
hey, where's your iPro? I'm just going to flick my holster back and forth. Get your iPro on. Where's your helmet? Get your helmet. Where's your PT belt? I'm excited. Maybe
Why are
a
there
little
only
silver
7
draw.
suspension pads in here, you little shit? I'll never forget the worst fucking first sergeant I ever had. The only question he ever asked me is, why are there not 9 suspension pads in your Kevlar or whatever it was supposed to be? And it's funny because during that period of time, it
I
was
would
like
never.
a really hard time in my life. And anybody asking me like, hey man, are you doing okay? Would have been nice. But I'm really glad he was concerned with how many fucking pads were in my Kevlar
You were in
while
a
we were
dark
out in
place.
the Yakima Training Center.
Dude, Yakistan.
Oh, Yakistan, yeah. I spent at least like 16 months of the 3 years I was at Fort Lewis in Yakistan.
How did he know? Did he do like a helmet
Yeah,
inspection?
he would walk around and pick people's
That's
heads.
it.
As you,
Ask
I
him.
was gonna say, as you evolve into it, it's like this
You just
inherent
feel it.
ability. It's
Yeah.
like
Like Sergeant
Something
Majors and
seven.
Grass Link.
something's fucking wrong right now.
Wow.
Your dog tags are missing.
I
can
just
tell.
picture you guys have predator vision, but the fucked up shit's red.
It's all highlighted.
This is a goddamn gypsy king soldier.
Why are your nails so long?
Yeah, it's just red. Like everything's blue, but what's fucked up is red and glowing.
It's all red right
Yeah.
here. Red.
Not right there. It's on the
red.
edges to a degree that is
Blue.
red.
Red.
Hey, big soldier, what the fuck is this? They're pulling out. You're like,
So I've been like trying to figure out at what point does, because I know officers get it too. There is some part
Where you
in
lose
the
it.
People
time
just get
space
their,
lose it.
continuum
they
Yeah.
get their pet peeves.
where like you just fall off and you're completely delusional on like what's
and
happening.
you've got like tunnel vision on one thing
Yeah.
that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it's wild. I haven't reached it yet because like
How-
I haven't reached it yet. I know for a fact I haven't reached it yet, right? Because
if I go step on grass outside,
don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care.
That's my favorite thing that we do in the military is we make up additional rules, and we don't even have the bandwidth to enforce all the rules that we have currently.
That's true.
If you make a rule and there's nobody to enforce it, it's not a fucking rule, right? If I want to make a law and I don't have somebody willing to enforce the law, that's a suggestion, right? And it's not one that anybody's going to follow. We have way too many rules as it is. But then in addition to that, we also make up our own dumbass rules that serve no purpose.
I just picture it's like that. One day, a soldier's gonna step on grass, and you're gonna be like,
No.
"Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, what was that? Whoa, what was that? What?"
No, you don't think so?
No. That will never be me. I promise you that. That like
5 years.
here-
I've
Timestamp.
never back-
I'm going to follow you around now.
timestamp this right now. I will never. I don't care really if you walk on
He'll be
grass.
in the Army Times.
I really don't care.
First sergeant
I
arrested
walk
for
on
assaulting
grass.
soldier for walking on grass.
I don't care if you have one sleeve rolled in and you're in the field. I don't care because that's like you're able to do that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Here's what I care about. I care about you getting to the objective on time. If you can do that with the MWE, right, men, weapon, and equipment, then that's all I care about. I really don't care that you have your dog tags on your belt instead of your neck, or
Yeah, that's always been a weird thing
Wait,
that people
that's a thing?
fixate on too. Yeah, like if you like,
Wait, you can put it on your belt?
no, people do that. Yes,
and some people get pissy about it.
yes.
Yeah, I've
Even
never
though I
even-
don't think it's
I've
in
never heard about
regulation.
this.
What? That it's supposed to be in your neck?
Yeah,
It is. It
it's
is.
in regulation.
Yes.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this entire belt thing.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Never in my life have I heard
No, yeah,
this.
people do it all the time.
I do it.
Yeah, maybe
There you
now.
go. He does it.
I keep mine in my like shoulder pocket because so many people are giving me shit about having it on my belt loops. Like, but
Really?
I don't want to wear it all the time. It pulls my chest hair out.
Hey, don't
It's wild.
I'm sorry.
See, I've never experienced it. Like
Well, see,
I wear them on my belt.
people get fixated on things like that. To me, it's like, man, this is wild. And then and it's the whole train as you fight thing. I hear that too, and that grinds.
That gets used
That
as an
grinds my
excuse
gears
to
so
do
much.
a lot of wild shit.
That's
Is
why
what
I've-
happens.
So
Wear flip flops at the range.
Oh yeah.
Train
I
as
mean,
you
yeah.
fight.
train them, and I really don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but train as you fight, right? I think that's a flawed way of thinking because people who tell me that, right? I'll give you a perfect example. PT.
God, I can tell you're first
Morning-
you're hitting fucking
No.
Bro, you're like, dude,
Morning,
look at your hands
but
right
like,
now.
look.
It's like-
Morning PT, right? What do we do PT in? We do it in
PTs.
shirt, gym shorts. Yeah, PT, shirt, shorts, running shoes, right? If you want to play the whole like, no, Big Sarge, you got trained as you fight. I'm like, okay, I better see you in uniform because you wouldn't have your PTs on in a firefight,
Yep.
would you?
That's how they did
So
it
we-
up until 1985.
Yes, and
I
they
wrote
used
a
to do it.
paper on this.
And so like I think if you're gonna tell me that, then I better see you out there doing tactical PT every day, and sleep in your patrol base every night too.
So we did one of I forget who it was. One of the It was the cat. Was it our captain or one of the lieutenants was like, "We're gonna train as you fight. We're gonna fucking get your boots on. We're going on a run." This is like 1 month before we deploy. Guess what company got 2 broken ankles on a run with like boots and everything?
Quick way to
and
stop
doing
that.
it, yes, because they were running in gear over long distances.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And they'd never done it before, right?
Yeah.
That was the first time, and we decided
they
to do
never
6
do it
miles or
again.
whatever the fuck we did.
And then in gear, because in combat, you're not fucking, I assure you, we're not putting our gear on 60 pounds and being like, okay, we're going to jog to the objective.
Let's do a marathon, quick
We're
marathon.
calling cadence.
We're prepared.
Yo, the bad guys know we're coming.
I hear something.
Yeah. The enemy are here. Just like
That-
in formation running. Didn't happen. We injured ourselves. But that one time, they're like, hey, we can't do this no more. 2 people broke their ankles.
Yeah.
They're now going to be deployed later. Lucky them. But it was one of those things that is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Training as you fight, though.
That's like, so as a police officer, like train as you fight, right? So as a cop, like we go through all this training and like I'm standing on
I
the
have
firing
so many
range.
dark jokes.
Yeah.
I can't man.
I'm standing on the firing range and it's like I would always stand there as a detective with my hands in my vest right here, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm standing on the line and they're like, "What are you doing? Get ready to shoot." I'm like, "Train as you fight." They're like, "What?" I'm like, this is how I stand when I'm talking to people. I literally stand with my hands like this. But they want you to stand with your hands here, like in the bladed kind of thing like this.
Like a
You can draw
samurai.
faster. I'm like, I want to practice this. This makes sense. This is common sense. Like, I want to do this.
Pow.
And so I did. And they're like,
Pow.
yeah. Yeah. Really had my gun in the vest like this.
Train as you fight.
Yeah, train as you fight.
What do you do now?
Like my
Like-
current job.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to go to be the multimedia NCO for the
You do that full time?
Army National Guard. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
active
okay.
in the National Guard.
You're
So
multimedia?
multimedia.
What? Can I contract for that? Because I know they'd pay me a lot more than
You know,
they pay
that could.
I don't know.
I could write a thing and be like $2 million for 1 year. And they'd be like, deal.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's
Army.
an awesome job. I don't know why we haven't gotten to be able to do
I'm
that.
trying.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
really
a
am
great
trying.
idea. I think that establishing a group of guys that are already doing it, that are doing a good job with it,
Yeah.
would be awesome.
You hear that, journals that watch the show? Make a difference.
Beards.
Do this,
Yeah.
pay them their rate, and then contract me for a much higher rate.
Train as you fight.
Train as you fight. Well, that's what the group will call it.
We'll
Damn.
post
That's
as we will
like
post as we fight. All right,
There we
every
go.
day.
Yeah.
We'll motivate people to join the military.
Yeah. Eating pizza.
My rate's going to be extremely high. I am a liar.
I am a liar. All right, I'm not tripping over this thing again.
Yeah, you're going to rip it out of my hand again?
Yeah, really.
Just fucking slam down. You left marks on the table. This is oak. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Bill it.
That thing was like, bah! Slam down.
It'll sound good.
I was like, dang, okay. Now, did you guys, when you joined initially, were you like, I'm going to do this as a career? Or what point did it hit where you're like, oh, this is a fucking
Did you
career?
know?
First.
Did you
Go
know?
first.
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
first.
okay.
'Cause
He's
I'm
got
like
a good
the
one.
opposite of
Really?
what you would envision.
So so as a recruiter, I get asked all the time. They're like, "Why'd you join?" and all that. Because people nowadays, they're like, "Well, what are the benefits? What's in it for me?" and all that. So I'm like,
College.
these parents ask me, they're like, "Why did you join?" And I'm like, "Well, I'll tell you, I didn't join for any of the benefits. I joined because I wanted to go overseas and do that whole thing, just like you, right?" So that's what I did. Like I knew exactly what I was going to do. I didn't know that I was going to be infantry. You know, I did the ASVAB and I got a decent score on it. Could have chosen a lot of different jobs, but
What was it?
what's that?
Your GT score? What was it?
18. He crushed it.
110.
God damn,
No,
fucking
one
genius.
Yeah, something like that. We'll pull it up after.
Yeah.
So
GVAN put 18. Look, I had so many options.
So-
he had cook and
so
infantry.
the recruiter's like, you know, they give me this sales pitch and everything, and I'm like 18, you know, paying attention, trying to. And he starts popping in the VHSs or the DVDs, and I'm looking at like MP and
Start doing the pictures
all
with
that.
the projector.
Yeah, seriously. And so I'm watching them, and I'm like, I don't know, these don't look good. And then he pops in the infantry one, and I'm like instantly captivated. Like, whoa, that guy's like, that's a big guy, like real muscular, shooting a machine gun. And then next clip was him.
That was the gay porn scene, right?
Maybe. And the next clip is him like,
Why do I feel like this?
Two dudes rallying each other. I want that job. What is that? I can do that.
Sorry,
That's
wrong
infantry,
one,
bro.
wrong one.
It's just blurred out dudes having fun. I'm signing up right now.
Oh my God.
Do you want to sign up bonus? Fuck that.
So the next clip is like the guy pulling a pin on a grenade and he throws it into like the 3rd floor window of a building, and then the whole building explodes. Of course, it goes right in the window. And I look at the recruiter and I'm like, "You're telling me I'm gonna get to do that?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Done deal, son. Let's go."
That was it.
That was it.
Telling me.
You're telling me.
The best.
This is the recruiter's face how it actually went. He's like,
And then
dude's never gonna sign up for this.
fast forward to
Yes.
infantry school and basic training, and I throw the hand grenade, and I'm like, that was nothing like the video.
No, you throw a hand grenade and it goes like 2 feet.
I couldn't even watch it. We can't even watch. You know?
It weighs so
Oh,
much.
yeah, I remember it. My buddy,
Crazy.
in basic training, right? He got
one of
literally thrown to the ground. He was like, I guess I didn't get down fast enough. And dude, it was the largest African American male I've ever seen in my life. It's full
that's
kit.
so
right?
PC of you.
Full kit. He grabs him. This is how Wright described it to me.
You're like the African American man.
Then Wright described it to me. He said he grabbed him. He said, "I'm from Detroit. Don't fuck with me." Like with his knee on his back.
Jeez.
That was a black dude. With that saying right there, that is like just fucking muscle. And that's man. Oh, who was it? Not Sergeant Jackson. It was one of my favorite. He was like that. Fucking Black E7, just a fucking monster. Like he was one. I remember when he was questioning why we only could run the 2 mile in 12 minutes. He was like, I just did a 950. Homeboy was like an Olympic runner. He was the strongest dude ever, but he did the same thing at the grenade range.
You watched it?
He like someone, a private was like, fucking just like one-handed though. He was like, ooh, just like the hand of God just chucked that private down and held him down. I was like, he's a god. That's why he can run 2 miles under 10 minutes. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Oh,
God, those guys are fucking soldiers. Just for anyone that knows, when you throw your grenade, especially in basic training, they weigh a lot. You're not throwing a grenade 50 feet. Like, I think everyone goes in with that mindset. It's like, I'm going to throw this thing so
clear
far.
over their mountains.
clear over them, man.
If only coach
I'm
had
gonna
put me
Uncle
in.
Rico it.
Yeah, Uncle Rico over here.
Napoleon.
When
Hold
you
this.
throw a grenade, trying to get your EIB, you have to throw it in like a 20, like it's a whole 20 feet away.
Yeah.
That is what stops everyone from getting their EIB.
Because they don't get it like where they're supposed to get it. They
You
go
just gotta,
over.
you gotta get in that radius.
It is,
People don't know how to throw baseballs. It shows.
and it is hard because that fucking thing, you have to like throw it in a direction and then you feel the weight on it. Like everyone here is throwing one. Controlling where it bounces also. I watched my buddies get fucking flagged out of EIB because it was like, like the grenade bounced and just went the wrong way. He's like, you're gone. Fucking no go. He's like, fuck. You get 2 more tries, but most of the time you ain't hitting it. Grenades weigh 4 pounds.
I don't know what's top of my
It's
head.
like deceptively heavy when you
is,
hold
yeah.
it. Like
You
you
look
see
at
it
it.
and you're like, well, that's a little. And then you're like, what the fuck?
Probably like a baseball. And then you're like, whoa, a heavy baseball.
a little
yeah.
weight of baseball, yeah.
It's a weird, oddly shaped baseball that kills you.
Very dangerous baseball.
It's a baseball with this wart and you flick something off of it.
Yeah, you have to pull it. It's not as easy as you
Yeah.
want.
Why is this on here?
People do it with their teeth. Your teeth will get fucking ripped out if you've ever tried that. Like, this isn't good. So, this is the topic that I am excited to go for because now we get to nerd out for a little second.
Okay.
Sly Cooper's gonna wait. You okay with that, big guy?
I still don't know who this is.
It'll be okay.
I want to see.
I'll
Who is
talk
Sly
about
Cooper?
RuneScape.
I have no idea.
We can talk about RuneScape. I want to see what your anime or video game nerd knowledge is, and then you. I was so excited. This man, we're trying to get a read. I'm always trying to get a read on people. He's
You ain't gonna
some
read me.
energy. I was like,
No way
okay.
to read me.
He has a darker side. And then you started the podcast with your dark ass story. I was like, okay, so that was a dark side. But Dude, when he came in, he's like, wait, whose fucking animation is this? I was like, oh, okay.
That was the most animated I've seen him since he's been.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, whoa, who's this?
He was super
There's
excited.
a sword in the garage.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
you're what's Naruto? There's Naruto. Who's the guy?
Which one are we talking about? Itachi?
No, what's the younger brother?
Sasuke?
Sasuke.
You're Sasuke. 100% Sasuke. You were like walking around. You're like, I know war. Yes. Ate his meal. He was dark. I was like, man, okay, the Mexican dude's a darker guy. I'm gonna learn his comedy though. You walk in here and you're like, anime. I was like, oh, okay, this is okay. We're connecting now. You're like rolled up your sleeve. You're like, I love My Hero Academia. I was like, hey, here we go.
One of the mandatory viewing scriptures of anime history. Yes.
So when you like, do you give what are your favorite animes? And then does that, leading back to First Sergeant, where I wanted to take that combo, he was the first sergeant that would, my favorite story about episode 1 or episode 2 or 3 just came out for Star Wars.
Okay.
So Star Wars episode 3 or 2, Return of the Jedi. Oh, I forget which one.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith maybe just came out in like 05, 06.
Okay.
First sergeant walks in. It's like Thursday or Friday. He's walking in. He's about to announce that is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
No, this was a different one. When that movie came out, it was a Friday, and he was like, "Did any of you buy tickets for that movie?"
That is an acceptable
and
answer.
Yeah, we were like, first one we did. Like, you have the day off.
So
He cut us from formation in the morning
Oh
to
my
go watch it. I was
God.
like,
That's amazing.
yo, first fucks. This dude's fucking dope as shit. What? Then the other one, we had a safety brief in the morning. It's 9 a.m. First sergeant was going to just start it so then he can do whatever first does. And he's walking in and a private puts on the Imperial Death March.
mm-hmm. It's a good song.
He put it on loud, put it on the speaker, played. It's like that started playing as he's walking in and he stops. He's like, who played that? Private's like,
It's perfect.
he's like, you have the day off. Go. I'm like, fuck. Oh, first of all, so cool. Private's like, okay. I'm out. Just like skedaddled out of there. I'm like, yeah, dude, this dude's fucking dope. But like, that was like his level of nerd for
Yeah,
Star Wars.
I speak that.
For anime or
Star Wars as well. I'll give you this happened. This was me. Squad leader back in Geronimo, right? This was 2017. The first Star Wars of the new trilogy came out, right? In 2017. What was it? I forgot the name of it, but it was the Star Wars. Was it a new?
No, New Hope is the
It was a new
original.
Skywalker, I think.
Yes, the new Skywalker. So it was it was Star
Whatever it's
Wars.
called.
I
Star
don't know
Wars
what
was
it
coming
is.
back, right?
Yeah.
So obviously I'm
Rey.
about it. Yes, Ray was coming. I was like, yes, all of it. So my platoon sergeant, I forgot what happened to him. He had to go do something where he had to step away. So I had to cover down naturally as a weapons squad leader. So we just got done with that rotation. And our CO brings us in, all the platoon sergeants and PLs. We're all sitting there figuring out what we're going to do for recovery and everything. And then I was like, this movie comes out this fucking Friday. I'm not trying to work. I'm trying to be there on opening night. I'm going to make a memo. I had my PO help me make a memo because I didn't know how to make a memo at the time. And he helped me make a memo requesting and saying that, the company commander authorizes a late call for anyone who goes to watch that Star Wars movie. So I was like, boom, looks good. He proofed it, made sure everything was good, font, all that good stuff, right? And I was like, sweet. You think he'd get mad if I show him this? Like, get him to sign off on this? Oh, no. I was like, well, I'm
Worst
going
he
to try
can
it.
say is no.
Yeah, or smoke me. But, we'll get there. So we get to that. We're in the meeting, and, he's going over conditions check and make sure we're all good. This is what's happening. Priorities of work, et cetera, et cetera. All right, first platoon, second platoon, got it. Third platoon, what do you got? Blah, blah, blah. PO speaks. All right. And I was like, sir, I got something. If you could just read that. His name was Captain Flancher. Really solid. He's like one of my favorite company commanders. And he looks at it. He starts reading it through. It's just basically me saying that he's blessing us off on having a late call for whoever goes to Star Wars movie. So he
I
reads
just
it.
picture it starts with a long, long time ago in a galaxy.
Yeah, I'm just picturing the like.
No, it was
fonts
like
coming
something
Why
like
is this scrolling?
I don't remember, but it was like, as the company commander, I authorize, blah, 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 right? So he reads it, and I'm really like watching, like, oh shit. And like, he just looks at it, As he's done, he looks up at me and he's just like, what made you think this is okay to give to me? And right there, I was like, oh shit. And then he's like, give me a pen. And I forgot who gave him a pen. Someone gave him a pen. You guys are good. And I when he said that, I was just like, and my PO was like, we're fucking good. I was like, yes. He's like,
May the
yeah.
force be
Hey,
with
if anybody
you.
else, yeah, exactly. Right? And then at that point, the other platoons was like, well, we want to see it too. And I was like, yeah. And then CEO was like, no, yeah, let's go fucking see Star Wars. I'll talk to the BC, see if we can get off for the company. I was like, yes. And it happened. And then the other companies hated a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, well, the fuck, they get the day off."
Whenever you get something, I'll never. The first thing I did when I got back, the first thing I did when I got back from OCS, and I'm a newly minted butter bar, I was like, I want to do offsite PT. So I came up with a con-up, I came up with a draw. We used the rock wall that was in the gym that I shit you not, I'd never seen anyone use in the 4 years I was at Fort Sill. Never seen a single person on this rock wall, right? I was like, what do we need to do? Take a safety class. All right, everybody, you got to take a safety class. We can do offsite PT. We're doing offsite PT, right? We're all climbing this rock wall. It's great. Nobody, there are people in the section that have been in the Army for like almost 10 years and have never done offsite PT. Like, and this dude walks by and he's like looking at us all nasty. And I look at him and he's like, and I'm like,
Too bad.
and I'm like, dude, like, what's your issue with this? You could do, instead of hating because we're doing this, why don't you come do it with us? You know what I mean?
Fuck that. Be
Like,
angry.
it's so weird. It's just strange to me. Because you say the other companies hated, and I 100% believe it. Because instead of being like, oh wow, okay, this is an option for us, they're like, no, we shouldn't do that. Why are they getting that? It's like people try and take things from you. It pisses me off.
Fuck that. We're working this weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're like, they got a late call. We're gonna work. We're gonna show up at 05. We're gonna do a ruck instead.
While watching the movie, we're gonna play it in the back of our truck. We have episode 3. I don't even want to watch. That's the old one. You have to road march the entire time while we watch it, and we'll throw popcorn at you to pick up and eat.
Yeah, if you can keep up, you can watch it.
Whenever the new Star Wars were named, though, they should have been named Bad Lightsaber Choreography. And I actually recently found out why the choreography was bad. So in the prequels, the lightsabers apparently were CGI, but in the new ones, it's an actual like metal rod or something that they're holding. So there's some physical weight, and that's why it looks like heavy when they're swinging it around. But that's why they can't do all like the flippy shit that they used to do.
Well, I like Star Wars. Let me be honest. With lightsabers, it's light. There's going to be no weight. I just
Exactly.
like this.
Yeah.
You ever fuck with a flashlight? This is what Star Wars. This is literally a fucking lightsaber battle. So lasers just coming out of here.
You know what I never understood too, and I'm sure there's lore nerds that can answer this for me. But
probably
why did anybody not ever just turn it off and turn it back on, like right at the right moment?
So I can answer that. That is a
lore nerd.
Yeah.
man. There's like 4 different like.
Is it like an honor thing? What's
variations.
going on here?
Yes. So
Why can't the Kyber crystal do that?
there's like 4 different
I know
variations
what
of like
powers
the
them.
fighting styles, right? And they all have a mutual / understanding that it is a forbidden / treacherous way to do it. That even the Sith acknowledged is like it's like poor. What is the word? Bad form.
Sportsmanship.
Yes. If we're gonna duke it out, we're gonna duke it out with them on.
We got another nod over here too.
If I was a Sith, I wouldn't care about that.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'd be like 100%. Man,
So-
you're dead. Now I got a new lightsaber.
With that being
And
said,
then I'd turn on my TikTok video and be like,
Yeah, do your finger dance.
Force lightning.
I'm pretty sure there is one that tried it, but I think he got like destroyed for doing it. I don't
Which
remember.
is so weird. Dude, I love nerd. Star Wars, the only Star Wars I give 2 shits about is back in the day during the like actual the Mandalorian Wars or the Old Republic when it was the giant battles between like 1,000 Sith and 1,000 Jedi. That's when it was like dope ass shit. Then the rule of the 2 Sith became.
That's some of the best expanded universe books, and I don't know if they still call it that because Disney owns it now. But like the Darth Bane trilogy, which explains like the rule of 2, I read it when I was a kid. such good reading. Even if you just like sci-fi, it's still really good.
He's buying them lips.
No. I was gonna say it's okay to say you read it as an adult. It's perfectly fine. We can accept
I
that.
still have the books
There we
from
go.
when I was a kid. I should reread them because they actually are really good.
Dude, you got some dope ass Darth. Who is the greatest battler? Darth not Tyrannus. I forget his name. He has an entire sect. So he was
Maul?
No, this is wet. This is
Back
like
in the day,
2000
during
This is like 2,000 years in the past. You guys talk real quick about Star Wars, your favorite one. Well, I looked this up.
I mean, I literally have a Darth Revan and an HK-47.
Oh, there you go.
tattoo.
Talk about that real quick. I got a pee while I look this up. Talk about Darth Revan. Go.
The Revan novel, the only thing that's bad about it is that it wasn't longer and there weren't more.
the Raven Mod. I don't think I've read that one.
I know nothing about anything you're talking about right now.
You know nothing
You
about
never
Star
played
Wars?
Knights of the Old
I don't
Republic?
know what anime is. I know it's like a cartoon or something.
Stop.
Oh, no, don't do that.
What is it called?
You were
Like,
my
what
hero
what
until
is
just
it?
now. You're going down a notch.
Yeah.
Like none? Nothing?
No,
Not a single-
seriously.
You've never watched anime.
Name one that
Dragon
you thought
Ball
about.
Z.
There's got to be one you
Dragon
thought
Ball
about.
Z. Yes, I've heard of it.
So
I've
you
never
know what
watched
anime
it.
You never watched it? You never want to be a Super
No.
Saiyan.
No, I don't even know what that is. Who is that?
I think he's fucking with
Am I
us.
gonna? No, I'm not. I'm not.
He's trolling us.
Yeah.
We'll
you
have to
gotta
watch a
control
video after this because I'm telling you.
it. Goku. That doesn't even sound similar.
I'm telling you, man. I have no idea. I've never, and I don't have the tattoo either.
What did you watch growing up?
Not much. Like just Tom and Jerry, like regular cartoons.
We homeschooled? That wasn't
Public
meant to be a dig.
I was trying to figure it out. I was like, there's no way. Dragon Ball Z was like part of everyone's, even whether you liked it or not. It was like
Right,
there. Toonami? Oh.
None of it.
I miss Toonami. It's so
too.
funny because I saw a clip on, I can't remember if it was on Instagram or YouTube or what, but I saw a clip of the Toonami like robot dude talking and he has that iconic voice.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it literally made me sad. Like I got emotional. I was like, oh, I
'Cause you
remember,
remembered it?
I remember this easier time in my life.
What is like so appealing about it? I'm not even trying to like.
Well, anime?
About
Yeah,
anime?
yeah, like why do you like it so
Oh,
much?
I don't know. It was cool. I mean, it was just dudes like powering up and fighting each other. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day, I have never had the like obsession with it that some do, but I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I would watch it more if I had more time in my current life, but I don't. I have 4 kids.
What about you?
Yeah, I love the shit out of anime.
but why? Like what is it about it that makes you like it so much?
If I could, it's really hard to explain because I can teach you by making you watch it and then you will learn to love it because that's just the way anime works. But
What are we talking
anime,
They're educating me.
He's
never
I've
seen- he's
never
never
any of
watched
it.
a single episode of
have not.
any
Anything.
anime ever.
He's
he's
gonna be
heard
like,
of the
"Get
word.
out."
about? Do push-ups.
He's never heard of Goku.
And he's
none of
asking
that
us
shit.
why we like it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. First off, XR-Kun.
Yeah.
You'll have to give me a list of things I need to watch.
Yeah, so I can give you the,
Oh,
the
XR
mandatory
Kun's
scriptures to view. Yes, we can do that.
cool.
And definitely you need to do that.
I can
So
show
we
you.
got to get you cultured.
Every day.
Why?
my homework.
What was the question? Why do I watch it? Is that what you said?
Yeah. What about it do you like so?
Well, so if you can get past the
Titties.
shallowness that it is not live, right? Because people are always like, oh, well, it's not real life. Like, got it. That's the whole point. It's
None of our videos are real life interesting enough.
Oh,
Exactly,
they aren't?
right?
That's crazy. I thought we literally
it's
are
so
just like this
crazy.
all the time.
but it's the story. The storytelling's like phenomenal.
Yeah.
Super good.
Character development's really good.
Yep.
Storytelling.
All right.
It's the difference between how I always explain anime is you have this universe where there is no creative control. You can expand into whatever story you want, and then the character can go wherever.
Yeah,
they
that's a
want.
really good point. Yeah.
versus movies, it's
There's no
locked in.
limiters, right? It almost feels like anything's possible.
Did you plan that?
That
You just
sounded
spit
that- I mean,
that
that
sounded
sounded
very
good. That was
Covered
good.
in
Really
anime
good.
tattoos.
Yeah, but that was a
I might
put that
throw
on a
down on the nerdism.
I
that was a good. That was like a creed you just said.
You're writing that down first.
stand up.
The first time, I'm gonna say that to
Stand
the
up.
troops.
That's just stand at
I'm gonna
attention.
say that to the
Position of
troops this week. Attention!
listen, formation. You guys gotta watch Naruto. It'll teach you to let go of the limits on your mind.
You can do anything.
I will say, because you're what is word, not necessarily older, but you've never seen it, right? I can tell you right now,
First
it is
off, you're
hard.
old as fuck.
It is harder. It is harder for people
I thought you were my same age.
like Naruto,
Are
right?
you 30?
No, I'm not 30.
Like, older, I think he's the oldest one out here, right? No. You're probably pushing it a little
Eli.
bit.
Eli's got me beat.
How old are you?
39.
39.
Wow.
Okay.
36.
Okay.
41,
Are
Get outta
you
here.
really 41?
34.
I was gonna say, I was like,
Yeah.
I thought you were. Well, you're 34. I'm still old as shit. You're a first sergeant. Oh my god, I'd be like a sergeant major. Be the worst sergeant major. Like, we're gonna watch 2 hours of Naruto. That's it. I don't give a shit. I'll be a terrible sergeant major.
I know for a fact part of my love for like cartoons in general is like psychologically it brings me back to a simpler time, like when I was a kid. Right?
Before
You don't
PTSD. Same.
you don't have the bills, the responsibilities, like 1,700 people you're constantly disappointing. You know what I mean? It's just it's nice every once in a while.
Same.
Take a little dip into nostalgia.
I'm gonna do 22 push-ups.
Yeah,
real
I'm
quick.
telling you, you gotta make me a list. Oh yeah. Make me a list.
It all depends on the person, right? So mostly majority like my PO, my first PO, not about it. Was not. He was like had a very shallow mind of like, it's for kids. I was like, let me school you up. Now it depends on, like I said, for military people,
School you
right?
up.
Naruto would be the most worst example
Yeah,
because
right.
you got to attack them with what with what they can get with, and some anime take a long fucking time to build up, like Naruto.
So if
Never
you,
go
if you,
with that without
No,
the good.
no.
If you each had to choose one, is it called anime? One.
If I was just
person?
to throw you into the gambit, I'd be like, here's Demon Slayer. Here's
Yes,
like
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan's
Attack
a
on
really good
Titan's
one.
really good.
Berserk's a little hard,
No, we won't. Let's calm down, because then he'll be like, "You creepy ass."
but it's real good too.
It is really good, but we need. You know what?
You have to eat
because the apocalypse is not that.
It's dark as fuck.
One Punch Dad did a really good video on how King of the Hill is American anime.
I know, I love that one
And
so
that
much.
that video,
Pissed a lot
because
of
at
people
first
off.
I was like, "What the hell is he doing?" And then by the end of it, I was like, "God damn it, it is! It is American anime."
It's back! Shit!
So yeah, King of the Hill anime.
No, it's like
I've watched that. Okay, I've watched anime then.
well, it's like Star Wars is a good example, and then you can branch out into different types. And same for video games, you have all these different things that are
Looks like
dude. Anime, like if anime, we talked about when Grand Thumbs was on. Grand Thumbs, when that dude, the 22 guy was like, I could shoot a fucking, I can hit a can from 700 yards with no scope. And then I broke down how that would turn into an anime scene for Mike. And then Micah started dying. He's like, that's the fucking perfect example of anime. Anime looks like, even soldiers look fucking dope as shit. If there was just an anime about American soldiers, how they would make it look.
Yeah.
If you want to recruit dudes, making an anime about
an anime series for recruiting.
Oh, dude, not
Seriously?
recruiting.
100%.
Fucking how
No.
cool it is to be in the military.
Yeah.
Everyone would join. They'd be like,
Really?
holy shit, I get to level up my info.
There's
They're like,
there's
no, but in the
animes.
anime, yes.
There's animes on like basketball, and they make basketball look like the
Soccer. What's the
sickest
soccer
shit
one?
ever.
There's that volleyball, Haikyuu,
Dude, but what's the
and then there's
blue,
Baki.
blue lock. Yes,
I fucking don't give a shit about football, which is soccer. Blue Lock, I watched that entire season. I've
show.
read the manga.
Really?
I don't care about soccer, but holy shit, I am enthralled on soccer.
They'll be
So
like,
you can-
he's
you can-
using the flying lotus technique. And
Yes.
he's like makes a goal.
Dude, he's leveling up, bro. He powered
is
up.
Is it because they can create whatever they want within that? Like, so if it's soccer,
not-
whatever, they can like become something else.
it's not just
or
that, right? It's
use
just
the power,
because
or-
it's not real life. It gives you the ability to go that far where real life can't. Right? There's a limit on what we can do as people, but obviously within that realm, you can go hard.
Let me break this down. I can do
this
this.
is great.
This
This
is
is great.
Eli. Director Eli's coming out. Fucking Private Smith. We have Private Smith. He's at the gun range. He's an E3. He's a. Those rounds hit all over, and the first one's like, "You fucking suck," and he looks over, and then he sees Specialist Johnson. Johnson's just like, and they hit close. He's like, he looks, he analyzes the scene. He's like, my breathing technique's off. I should have been breathing different. And he looks at the finger and punches in. He goes, and he's like, I was using the wrong part of my finger. He's using the middle portion. And it goes, I've been fucking up the entire time. Punches in, intense eye motion. It shows the smoke roll out.
Okay.
The safe to fire goes, and he's like, and they hit pinhole.
Perfect.
First sergeant's like, Private Smith looks up. He's like, he's promoted to a general. And now you have anime and how it works.
Epic. That would be a solid video to make too.
Dude, that's
Like in that style. That'd be
when you level up in anime.
Why haven't you done that yet?
One, I don't know how to edit like that. I wish I did. And otherwise, I would.
Have you done videos like that?
Yeah, I've done a lot.
I've
done crazy
He's
videos.
he's definitely got the power to
Yeah.
do some stuff.
Oh,
like
I
that.
know.
Oh yeah, my VFX. You haven't seen my VFX stuff. That's my OG stuff.
See,
from
I
my
wish
summer.
I could do shit where like I could just like get huge or like fly. Like
That's
dude, I could
easy
make
shit.
some crazy stuff. Like visions is what I call them.
I call
could
it
make
tism.
some Netflix worthy,
Everyone calls it tism.
Netflix worthy shit.
Autism.
and he calls it tism.
You're like, I call it vision. I call it autism. It's when my brain is like, this is really cool, and I have to do it.
I probably have it then.
He's like, I'm autistic.
I probably like that.
But it's like anime at its core because you have. What's your top ones?
All the ones we just talked about. So if we're talking modern, Demon Slayer.
Solid. Fucking this dude. Jujutsu Kaisen's on that list.
Jujutsu Kaisen, yes.
See?
My Hero Academia.
Fucking
There's a reason why I got it tatted, right? Like that is my number one show.
one of the greatest hero stories of a child that's given nothing. Not in the aspect of not giving like family or anything. It is he has no superpowers where 90% of the population has it, and he wants to be the greatest hero. So you have this, and that anime makes me cry.
Yeah, it's
So
good.
it's all the story. Like it's
Yeah.
the story. That
Yeah,
gets
it's a story.
And it makes there are parts where you can relate. You can. I guarantee you, watching that show, you will find something you can relate to.
Oh, absolutely. Like
As a
that's-
dad, dude,
Yeah.
my hero. I'm like
yes.
my son, like Raiden, because I always picture that like Midoriya or Deku is like that. It's like I wasn't given the opportunity to be a hero, but then he's instilled with that power because he's like the greatest hero in the world sees this kid that he denounces. He's like, bro, just be a police officer. You don't have the powers. You can't do it. And then he watches this kid sacrifice his own life. He's like, I don't have powers. But well, it's not. I don't think it's like that. It's 5, 6, 7 years now.
tops.
Yeah, but he's like, I don't care. I'm going to be a hero anyway. And he does it with that not even being watched. He doesn't know he's being watched, but he sacrificed. He's like, I don't care. I have to save my friend. That's his bully. And then the main hero watches. He's like,
His name's All Might.
yeah, All Might. All Might's fucking watches, and he's like, that dude right there.
Yes. That's during the golden age for him.
That unopened action figure's never been opened. I have a lot of those.
It's probably worth a lot of money.
But he and then All Might watches that happen. And he's like, and then the hero, the biggest hero, self-reflects about it. He's like, oh, I fucked up.
Yeah.
He's like,
He became bitter.
yeah. He's like, I became bitter and I didn't look for what it means to be a hero, which is, it's not heroism, heroism, whatever
It's
that
a real word.
Yeah. We'll say it is. Being a hero is making.
I was trying to keep a straight face.
I'm autistic. It is making that sacrifice and not worrying about your own well-being. It's the hard thing. It is like there is going to be a sacrifice either for yourself or for the few or for the many. You have
The
to
premise behind Yu Yu Hakusho too.
Yes.
Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
That's
Hunter
that's my number one favorite.
Well, Hunter x Hunter author is the same, so he did both. So
Ah, yes.
if you haven't watched Hunter x Hunter,
Oh,
he did both.
It's so
yeah,
funny
of
because I've
course.
considered watching
Mandatory
it, and a
viewing.
bunch of my buddies are like, it's just so slow initially, and so I'm like,
The slowest ones are the best ones. It just takes the commitment. You must commit.
Dude, if you like,
Commit the pilgrimage.
that's what I keep telling my
Oh, no,
wife.
no,
You know, 13, 14 years, you just gotta keep waiting, babe.
you gotta commit, please. Can you commit?
Can you close the distance? You need to close the distance on that one. Good one.
No, I'm intrigued.
Oh, it's
Okay.
But this is like all, and then like.
So what
that-
are we gonna recommend as the first one?
Yeah, what is the first one? And like, is it like their episodes, like kind of a TV show? Or is it,
I can tell you right now, he'd be a good My Hero because he's got like I could tell auras. Right, you giving off the aura right now.
what's my aura? What's my aura?
Your
Man, I'm
aura,
finding a new-
you mean well. You want to do good. You want your kids to do good.
Yeah.
And watching that show, I can already tell by like the end of the second episode, you're gonna be able to relate to what All Might does, and you're gonna be like, yes, I need to see what happens on how this little weak ass kid becomes number one, right? But like, you're, I don't know. I think you'll be able to. I wholeheartedly think you will love My Hero Academia. Case in point, why did I get tatted? All Might. A majority of it's All Might. Deku, yes, I love Deku too. But
Dude, just real quick, if I was a private, I know how to get. You'd be like, do push-ups. I'd be like, tell me about your tattoo, and you'd be like, private. So this is all. Fuck yeah, I'm not getting smoked. Fuck it, big first arm.
Got it.
no. If anything, I'd be like, stay down there while I enlighten you on gospel.
Stay down there longer.
Stay down there longer, yes.
Down there forever.
You're gonna listen to this. But so backstory on him, real fast, under a minute, timing. Okay. Why I love him so much? The dude is good. He comes out and he puts on a fucking smile and he does
matter
everything
what.
he can to make sure that everything's okay, right? It's like the symbol of peace. I can relate to that because I want to do my best, right? I will, no matter how tired I am, I will sit here and do everything I can and break my back to make sure it's okay. As long as I have caffeine, right? But on that same token, once the caffeine's off, or once the end of the day and I go back home, I'm tired. I'm 100% tired, and I'm 100% not fully, able. So watching that show like him, that's what I relate to him the most, because like even though he's like half broken, he can still turn around and try his best to make sure everything's okay.
So that's the one I need to watch first.
Yes. And then after that, we're gonna get you on Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, and then by that time, you're gonna be a full-fledged anime nerd. You're gonna want to watch it because you want to watch it.
But am I gonna get a tattoo?
If
Yes,
you watch it
you
all
will.
the way through, it'll just appear.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Is that what happens? Like,
Also-
you complete a
It's called a marking.
season, or-
That's what we call
Yeah,
it. The marking.
This after
Yeah.
I finished Pokemon Red for the 1,000th time, this one showed up.
Wow. Yes.
Dude, you need to, if you haven't watched just a quick, we'll talk about it probably in the after show. The Twitch plays Pokemon, when it was Twitch's commands are what played Pokemon Red. One of the greatest stories ever. If you, so like chat got to dictate the move. So chat was restricted to up, down, left, right, A, B, and start. Each chat command is how the character would move. They beat Pokemon with this.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Bro, they also fuck the story and the lore that came from it, because some of those things, you remember that one segment in Red where it's the bush, you have to go under and go up, or you drop off and you have to do the entire maze again? There's like one, like,
Is this towards the end of the game?
yes.
Yeah.
So it's like one bush. If you accidentally push, there's one square, and if you push down again, you fall and you have to do this entire maze again, or you have down, right, up. Now, when you have thousands of people entering commands all at once, and it is going based off of the order of that command, it took them 3 days to get around that fucking bush. Because the character's just like up, back, left, right, forward, down, delete Pokemon. It is just going wherever it fucking wants. It is one of the greatest like social experiments, and this is 2014, 15.
There's a guy that he set rules for an AI to play Pokemon, and basically he tried to progress through. It was either one of the Gen 1 or Gen 2 games, but he wanted the AI to progress through the Pokemon game naturally based on a reward system. And he also used it to study like human behavior. And it's so cool. You can find it on YouTube, but it's probably the longest YouTube video I've ever watched, because it was so cool. Because he'd say like, okay, if you discover a new thing, I'm going to give you one iteration of reward, right? Reward.
Yes, the AI one.
watched it?
Where, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god.
And then he discovered along the way, like even in the
Dude,
Gen,
that was like, what?
even in the Gen 1 Pokemon games, there's sprites, right? And they'll move around. And so like at one point
confuses the fucking AI.
And so it's really cool.
Is that the game where you see people like randomly in
That's the
places
game that
outside and
simulates
they're, like,
dog
searching for
fighting,
something?
but with just like random creatures.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Is that what it is? Like on their phone, where they would be like, we would get calls as cops, like for random people.
Oh, that's Pokemon Go.
Is it okay? All right.
Go is the
Yeah.
one where they would go into like bad neighborhoods, like, but there's the
Oh,
Pikachu
all the
here, and
time.
you're like,
horrible neighborhoods, and then we get called, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I didn't even think about that, dude. The
police,
all the time.
dude. This is what Cody Donut talked about. This Donut would get calls to be, it's like fucking
What are you doing out here?
random fucking like you get the wrong people in the wrong neighborhoods. And they're like, there's a Pikachu here.
I literally stopped playing Pokemon Go because I had like 40 Ultra Balls and like 20 golden raspberries, and I still couldn't catch a Metagross. And I was like, all right, I'm done with this fucking game. And then I found out it's RNG based, and I just have no desire to play RNG games ever again.
Same, bro. He's married somehow. He's married. With that statement right there, this man is married.
So
I had 40 Ultra Bars and 30 raspberries. I'm like,
I'll play RuneScape, and that's the only RNG game I'll play because you cannot make use of RNG in that game. You know what I mean? Like you can just do stuff, but goddamn Pokemon Go. I literally almost threw my goddamn phone out the window of my car.
we would get calls all the time for it in like parking garages, like, and the people like going into a lake or something at one. I'm like, what are you doing?
They can't swim.
Like, you can't do that. How about, that's a stormwater drainage pond. Get out of here. Yeah. So we get those calls, and then I go from that, and then I've never watched any of this stuff. I have no idea what it is, and then I get a call for a bunch of people in a field fighting, and so I'm like, whoa, get there really fast, and I spotlight the field, and everyone's out there like in costumes with the big foam swords, and I'm like, oh my! I'm like, I get the rifle out. I'm like, I don't know what's happening, and so one of them comes up, and they're like, did somebody call you? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's like midnight, and you guys are out here hitting each other with these foam swords, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Stop
we're
resisting.
We're LARPing. I'm like, what the heck is
Yes,
it?
LARPing.
So then they explain it to me, and then I would just go and park every time that they did it just to watch, just sit there and like eat my lunch. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'll just say now, if anybody messages me anywhere and invites me to LARP, I'll do it.
I'll go with him too.
Yeah. And Butterworth will come too.
Yeah, because I love it. I think it's
lightning
great.
bolt.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Those are my favorite things.
Lightning bolt. Fireball.
Yeah, fireball. Lightning bolt. So with your like your animes, you have your top three. Like, where is? Do you read manga? That's always that weird
Manga. No,
manga.
What's that?
Manga is
Break
like,
it down.
it's pretty much the anime in books.
Okay.
Book form.
It's the
Is that what you were
comic.
talking about?
Doesn't the manga usually come first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that all the shows are damn near from the books. Like,
Gotcha.
yeah, just into cartoons.
Is that what you were saying that you read as a kid?
No.
As a kid?
That expanded
so.
universe Star Wars is just normal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All right.
books. So like
I'm trying to understand it.
No,
I
it's
read a
fine.
lot of manga. I'm like huge manga. However,
I can't do it. I can't visualize.
No.
Like I just wait until it comes out in a show.
Yummy fucking.
Like I
dude,
can't just look at the book and it just doesn't
Do
click.
you know what power I hold? I could fucking. I can tell him the ending of Demon Slayer right now. Just ruin his day.
Me? No, don't do it.
I know. I would never do that because
Speaking of,
I just ruin every anime. Like, here's what happens in My Hero. Here's what happens
I
in the
might
Demon
watch
Slayer.
it. Don't do
I
that.
cut to his face. He's like, see, I have that power.
Yeah, no, they have the power. Yes, 100%. 100%.
Have you guys watched Invincible yet?
Yes,
love
of course.
Invincible.
Have you seen the second season now?
I'm
I've
on.
read.
It's
I
only
haven't watched it.
It's only like 4 episodes in, and apparently because of the writer's strike, they might not like continue to release episodes, or maybe the episodes
which is
aren't
weird
done
because
yet.
it's already written.
I know exactly. It's weird.
Just follow the fucking comic. Great. That's literally what happened with we talked about in the last episode or one of them where it was the zombie show that came out, an HBO show. The Last of Us. She got to thank you. That's why I asked her. She's amazing.
I heard that was good too.
Last of Us fucking they
Oh,
just
I watched
a good
that.
game.
I love that.
because they weren't like this. They're like, oh, let's just copy what they say in the video game.
Yeah, you remember that thing that millions of people liked? Let's just do it again.
And then they did it, and they were like, it fucking slayed, and everyone was like,
Loved it.
whoa, we can do that? Yes, you can, video games companies and movie studios. Just fucking
You can make
God
a
of
movie.
War. That's what we need. We need God of War.
God of War, Berserk.
God
like,
of
just
War.
some-
Didn't they make a Gears of War game movie?
No.
show, or they talked about it at least?
They
That would
talked
be
about
Because
hard.
that would be a good one, but it would be good.
It'd be hard. It'd be very
God of
good.
War, Gears of War, Metal Gear.
Metal Gear's my
Yeah.
fucking game, dog.
Metal-
Do you like
Metal
Metal Gear too?
Yeah, I want to talk video games.
Look,
Yeah, I played Metal Gear.
you were, yes, I got it. You're older than me, but you were not molded.
Where's your Where's your Solid Snake tattoo?
Actually, we're not going to talk about that.
You want to see Snake on my chest piece?
You got a whole chest piece of Snake?
Dude, Metal Gear's why I joined. I joined the military because I met Hideo Kojima. I was selfie with him. I joined the because Metal Gear Solid 3.
What a thrill.
Yes. Indeed, Colonel. What's a Russian gunship doing here? I am.
Is it- wait,
fucking-
Would you eat a tree frog?
The line that says
Promote this, man.
the line that's basically like my source, I made it the fuck up. That's from the Metal Gear games, right? Am I thinking of? He says I made it the fuck up. Like where's that from? It's like some jacked politician guy.
Oh yeah, yes. That was in. So that was in Metal Gear Rising. So that was one of the one-offs that Kojima didn't do. It was
Raiden? Raiden, yeah.
My son's name's Raiden. If you want to know how
You
big
named him after Metal Gear. Was that intentional? Like you were like Metal Gear Raiden.
I said yes, 100%. I was like, my son,
Did your
baby mama was like, "What about Ryan?" I was like, "What about Raiden?" It's a little. And she was like, "Oh my god, I really like that." I was like,
so
"Same, I
unique.
came
tell
up
her,
with it."
you didn't tell her
unique.
why, though,
And
right?
then she signed it, and we got the birth certificate, and I was like, "That's from a video game." She's like, "God damn it, Eli!" And then I found out Liquid Snake's name was Eli, and I was like,
Perfect.
Oh my
Perfection.
god!
"Dude, I have a Mark 23."
If I have a son, I want to name him Baron because then it would be Baron von Letkeman. And
That's a gangster.
Yeah, that's a
my
pretty
my
cool
wife
name.
won't let me do it though.
That's a Witcher name.
We're
That's-
never gonna have a son. I've had 4 girls. I'm not having a son. I get it. I'm pretty sure when it comes out, it's pink. You know what I mean? But like,
Just name him that anyways. Her name is Baron von.
and then everyone would think it's a Trump reference too. And I don't know if I would make him. If we're in a red state, that would be fine, I guess.
But you're like, I can't risk this. Oh fuck it, dude. Metal Gear. Dude, Metal Gear is like
That was the very first game I played on PlayStation.
PlayStation 1.
Yes, on PlayStation.
Yeah.
It indoctrinated me into what gaming
Very
should be.
first game I played on
me and
PlayStation.
you are. See, you should have stayed long, bro. We get along real fucking good.
When the praying mantis, when he came up and my controller shook, and I was a little ass kid. I was like, "What is happening? I'm terrified. There's magic."
Dude, comments below. He said the praying mantis. Destroy him. Psycho mantis.
So what did I say? Did I say praying mantis?
Yeah.
God damn it, psycho mantis. Y'all knew what I meant.
You're done for now.
Yeah.
Your comments.
The
they're like this.
internet's
Too much.
getting you
Congrats
down.
on your credibility.
Too much.
Being dead.
Too much. Psycho mantis. All right.
Nah, I played Crash Bandicoot. I want to say Bomberman.
Bomberman's
That's good. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Super
And then
Bomberman.
PlayStation 2, my favorite game was Need for Speed Underground 2. And that had the best soundtrack of any game.
I was just about to say the soundtrack.
I still literally listen to the songs like driving here. There's a song called Nobody by Skindred, and I can't even like mimic it. It's like reggae
should
metal.
try. You
It's
should try.
weird. But and then
You should 100% try to mimic it.
that's
though.
where I fell in love with Kingdom Hearts, Jack and Daxter.
Yes, one of the required.
Like, Kingdom Hearts is probably my favorite video game series of all time. And I know it's
It
like
got a little
it's kind of basic. It's like the
convoluted.
Uggs of video games.
Well,
but
it started real strong and got very convoluted.
it really did. And I don't know why they made a Kingdom Hearts game on literally every system ever created
And
by
each
man.
one has a story.
Yeah, and
to
it's like
tie it together, and you're like,
I could understand PlayStation and Game Boy, but like when we're like I don't know what you guys think my parents did, but they can't afford to buy me every game system ever created by humanity. And so I mean I couldn't keep going.
Donkey does the best Kingdom Hearts. If you guys don't know Video Game Donkey, he's probably one of my favorite YouTubers. I have like Game Grumps, Video Game Donkey. I have like these ones that are amazing YouTube content creators in the video game space. Video Game Donkey, if you haven't watched him break down Metal Gear or watched him do Kingdom Hearts,
Is it comedic?
Oh yeah, he is god tier comedy on how he does shit. God tier comedy. Video Game Donkey, if you ever want to be on the podcast, would love you. Anytime, bro. Just come on. But he breaks down each one of these stories, and that's how he got big. He played League of Legends, and he would do the
I've
most.
still never played League of Legends.
Good. Don't
Play it. Smite League of Legends.
Don't start any of those ever. Just stop. Guys, stay away from them. Trust me.
Did you guys play Nintendo 64?
Yes.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Banjo Kazooie.
It's like anime.
remember Pokemon Snap?
Yeah, I remember that.
Snap. You got Pokemon Snap, Goldeneye,
Kirby?
Perfect Dark, Kirby,
Hexen, Wave Runner.
Hexen.
I don't remember Hexen.
Hexen was a first-person shooter based off of Doom. God, I am fucking retarded. It is a first-person shooter based off of Doom with it was like, or Doom
It's like
meets Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
And you had magic spells, and then you had there was
Yeah,
no guns. It was
play
like
that.
swords and magic spells, and then you would progress. But it was a lot like Doom. It had like some music in it, and was atmospheric.
Yeah.
With like witchcraft and demonry.
I think my favorite was Road Rash. You ever play
For
that one?
the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
What was Twisted Metal on? I remember that
PlayStation
too.
1.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
yeah. I think it was also on 2 or 3 as well. I mean, I'm sure they
first
continued
time I
to
heard Rob
redo the
Zombie.
games.
PlayStation 2, there was
Yeah.
and then
I
they
remember
did a
that.
show like Twisted Metal.
Yeah, they
for
did do a
PlayStation,
show.
PlayStation, and then Twisted Metal 2, Twisted Metal Black
There's
was
a
for
game.
PS2.
I gotta find it on my phone because I
Final
want to
Fantasy
see if you guys
VII?
recognize
Final
it.
Fantasy 7,
Yes.
The Zelda.
Xenogears.
Yes.
You know Xenogears?
You're talking to a fellow god.
Well, you actually know Xenogears?
Yes.
Holy fuck!
I grew up.
Did we
on
just
all of
become
it.
best friends?
Bro, I have a sealed copy.
You do?
Yeah,
That's worth a lot of money.
I have a lot of old. I have a lot of sealed video games from the 90s and 2000s. Like
Yeah.
never been open. I've like Xenogears is one of my God, guys, we're gonna have sex after this. It's gonna be great. Do
you guys remember
the Patreon for it?
Yeah. You guys are gonna get your whole month subscription
Yeah, it's-
right after this.
It's like the Human Centipede, but gay. It's gonna
Lunar?
be awesome.
Have you played?
Do you guys
You
remember?
guys are like.
do you guys remember the futuristic racing game Wipeout on PlayStation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the flying one with the fucking jams.
It had a soundtrack with no words, but it was such a good soundtrack. And
EDM.
it was all EDM. It was weapons on these fucking it was essentially pod racing before Star Wars or a little bit after Star Wars.
Dude, that
easily one of my favorite games.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
This is before EDM. I don't think EDM existed.
Yeah.
This was trans music before it was a thing or
Yeah.
a name. It was just like,
This is back before.
and you're like, I'm fucking driving this race car.
This is back before it had a name, and my dad just called it that dumbass fucking music people on ecstasy make.
Ecstasy didn't even exist at this time. It was crazy. Ecstasy
Yeah, back
became
then
a
you just
drug
had to go
because
out
of
and
it.
lick mushrooms and hope something good happened.
Were you a big gamer?
No, I mean we had a Nintendo and then Super Nintendo. My buddy had Sega, and then Nintendo 64 is where I would all in. Like every game that I could get, I was gonna play.
Like 60. Yeah, that's like your
I
golden
loved it.
eyes.
We would do the
Oh, GoldenEye, that was a good one
GoldenEye.
too.
We'd put the cardboard on the screen so that you can't cheat and everything. Loved
So
it,
you
man.
can't screen
So
peek.
I still have
I'm
it.
so happy that is
Yeah.
a thing because I
Oh,
did
yeah,
that. Meet
yeah.
Casey. Casey
No screen looking.
Casey has balls. Go check him out on streaming. Casey, I don't know. Casey, what's your fucking Tywin Windfall or something like that? Love you. We used to do that, and I thought we were the only kids that would put
no.
piece of cardboard.
Like that was if I catch you looking at my screen, that's a fist fight.
Yeah.
We're like in elementary school, throwing down. looking at my
Odd
screen.
Job and Golden Gun.
Oh yeah,
I catch you looking at my
slappers
screen
only.
at a sleepover, I'm gonna shit in your pillow.
I'm gonna poop in it.
What
I'm
was
gonna
the,
poop
what was,
in it.
the one with the fox and the flying
Star
game,
Fox?
is that what it was?
Yeah, Star Fox.
Star Fox.
What was
Do
the
a
one with
barrel
the
roll.
fox and the flying thing? Star Fox.
There it is.
Flying Fox.
That flying fox.
Also
That
one of my
stars and
favorite
planets. Planet Fox.
Lunar? Did you play Lunar?
Lunar Silver Star.
Superstar Story. Yes.
Bro, oh man, you should have stayed longer.
I cried when I had to sacrifice his all I went so far just to make him, what was it? All that dragon armor he had on, and he walked in to
Spoilers.
sacrifice himself, and I was like,
Spoilers 30 years
what?
later.
What? Where are you going? I just got you there.
This is what I love about video games or anime. It's like these pieces where it's like you had your Nintendo 64. You can name games. We all just were like, oh my God, this fucking is so fucking dope. I love that shit so much.
Yeah. So
You know, it's funny because we had so few options back then. Like if you talk to anybody that's anywhere from probably 30 to 45 right now, like we all kind of played the same games, watched the same shows. Like I guarantee you one of you watched Survivor, if not all of you.
I didn't.
Right, as a kid.
I wasn't a big
Survivor? No. Well,
You got made fun of. He said, and I quote, "This is an officer for you."
What about Lost?
To piggyback
What about Lost?
to piggyback
America's
off of
Funniest
the
Home
myth.
Videos.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a good show.
Anyway, there were so few options, and
That's a
now I
wrap.
think about my kids, and like, there's like 6 billion options on streaming services. Like, nobody watches the same thing. I hear every time I talk to a new parent, I'm like, "What are your kids doing?" They're like, "Our kids watch like Pink Python," and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And
YouTube.
it's just funny.
Yeah, they're all about YouTube, like little shorts.
God,
Not drunk.
Yeah, but no, all mines do. They don't want to watch like good movies or shows or series. They just want to watch someone play with toys. It's kind of wild.
And I just look at those because I'm like, the YouTubers, I'm like, they're fucking genius.
yeah, they're genius.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yes, they
They're
are.
bankrolling right
Damn shark,
God.
dude. I should have did that. That's what I should have did. I should have thought of that.
That's like Coco Melon, right?
Coco
Or Miss
Melon.
Rachel.
That's like
Miss
I think
Rachel.
that's the top YouTube channel for
Miss Rachel.
What is
Coco
Coco Melon?
Melon.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Coco Melon. Like I hear that like
Coco Melon.
everywhere.
Well, Ryden, like my kiddo who makes videos. Ryden makes his own videos. He has probably Ryden. I did like 3,000 fucking videos that aren't uploaded. They're just on his thing, so he can watch. Also, like autism's superpower is that it's like I don't get bored. I want to make this, and I'm like, man, okay. When we have a channel built, ready to go for autism style content, because I know those autistic kids are going to be like my son and watch it 1 billion times per child, and I get to hear it every time. Because I don't know if you guys have an autistic child, it's a bit different. They can watch the same thing 1 million times and find the same joy every time.
Really?
Man, that sounds
interesting.
awesome.
It is amazing because Ryden, I've watched Cars 2 probably 8,000 times.
I was gonna say,
Never finished it because my son doesn't like to finish it for some reason. Ryden, I know you're not watching this. Why can't we just finish anything? Why do we have to stop at like the fucking 75% mark so daddy doesn't get to finish it? Daddy wants the conclusion of the story, but Ryden, my son, he's like, let's start over.
He
I'm
wants
like,
to start it over right before it ends.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the fucking end chapter. He's like, oh, cool. I'm like, you fucking kid. Oh my God, I just want to end. And I'm like, what if we finish it, buddy? He's like, no, daddy, we do not need to finish it. Why would we finish it? I'm like, okay.
Have you tried to finish it? And he like
He doesn't like it.
he gets pissed.
Yeah. He's like, daddy, why are we not starting it over? I'm like, buddy, let's just try.
Let's just try.
Let's power through this, soldier. And he's like, no, father. I'm like, oh God. But YouTube video is the same. He can watch Savannah. And my favorite story is Savannah, my girl, future wife, everything. She didn't understand. She thought I was like joking about the level of dedication of rewinding and watching a segment over and over until
He wants to rewatch specific segments in the movie.
oh yeah, movies, YouTube videos, his own videos. He will watch one segment over and over and over till the end of time.
Oh my God,
So-
that's so funny.
She was doing something and Ryden was working next to her on his tablet. Ryden's like, so I get a text from her. She's like, babe, he's watched the same 5-second clip for 2 hours straight and he's not wearing headphones. Can you say something? I was like, Ryden, put on your headphones. He's like, yes, daddy. He puts them on. So she had to hear one sentence for 2 hours straight because she's a trooper. She's very respectful. Wow. She's like learning his like fucking tisms.
That's patience.
Yeah, yeah. And Ryden has like infinite. Ryden's just like, I can watch mommy say this over and over and over and over and over.
So
and
why
is
is there a reason for it? Like, is he trying to find a flaw in it?
No. So what they do,
or he just gets fixated on it.
fixated. So
Yeah.
autism is okay. I can, and how my son watches videos now is okay. We have video playing now. Same video. I have to line up audio from another video, explosions and stuff. So it makes this video funny. So he'll be like, I'm going to rewind to this. Angry Bird's getting mad. Okay, now I hit the play button on this explosion. For 1 hour straight. He would
Oh
do
my
the
God.
exact same thing. So I was like, kid, this could be a cash cow. You're autistic. You're going to drive in more autistic children. If they watch your videos, you're going to have like 8 billion views.
He'll have 100 subscribers and 1 million views.
My kiddo's going to have, exactly, 100 million subs. He's going to be pulling in $200,000 a month on ad revenue.
Oh.
They're like, how's this kid's fucking ad revenue so good? It's like, these kids just watch the same segment over and over.
Oh
and
my
over.
God.
It's so weird watching it. You're like, oh, fuck yeah. But it's also his superpower because Homeboy can
That's
recreate
really cool.
videos. He knows every video. He can mimic, like, you. If you just like recite the entire movie, he will be able to recite the entire movie.
I literally have trouble going back and watching my own content before I post it if I know there's a flaw in it. Because I'm just like, is anybody going to notice? If they notice, will they care?
Not him. He's like, I love this, Daddy. Daddy, can we do it again? I'm like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Okay. Doesn't care about anime, though. That sucks. Likes Mickey Mouse. Trying to get him into the anime.
I try to get my kids into that stuff too. I did get my kids to watch Power Rangers, so that's kind of cool.
Ooh.
My oldest, she's a replica. She's all about it. She goes to sleep to anime music. My youngest, opposite. It's got to be ponies and princess stuff. She's not a fan, no matter how hard I've tried.
Kind of off topic. You guys remember Code Lyoko? No, it's not. I was just curious.
Which is this one?
It was on Toonami.
Princess Mononoke.
Code what?
Code Lyoko.
Are you making shit up?
I don't know.
I knew Toonami. It's like the last time when you're like, everyone watches Survivor. Watch. No one watched.
Apparently, I'm just a weirdo.
You're like, watch, guys.
Yeah.
No one knew what you're talking about. Now you're like, this is on Toonami. Code Lyoko. I'm like,
Maybe
bro, I watched
it was for
lot.
sure Cartoon Network, maybe not Toonami, but definitely Cartoon Network.
Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo was good.
My boy. Guys, this is just anime hour for the next one.
That was with the blue and the red samurai, right?
Tyler's over here just like, can we talk about anything
Yeah.
else right now?
Yeah.
Samurai Champloo, probably Cowboy Bebop. I want to say the same
good
guy
one.
that made that one.
The art style is similar.
I mean, bro, you need to just dig deep.
I told you I need a list.
Watch the man.
It's fine. When Josh and him were talking about like Metal Gear, I was like twiddling my thumbs. It's fine.
that's
Yeah, last time it was like, and now I can talk about Metal Gear again. Dude, I'm trying to think what movies do you like?
So I'm big into the comedy. I like anything with Will Ferrell, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, yes. Talladega Nights.
Sandler.
I'm not a big
Click.
Adam Sandler guy. No,
So Will Ferrell, what else?
that's the main one.
What other, like, okay, but
The Office.
The Office,
Yeah,
Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Those kind of comedies, like those are my.
That was the aura I was
Love it.
getting.
what else for like action?
Mission Impossible.
Nah, it's too old.
What else do I like? Yeah, Jack Ryan, some of the newer
Oh, yeah.
shows, that kind of stuff. But
Jack Ryan. What about Jack
Prime.
Reacher? That's a good
Jack
one.
Reacher?
yeah,
With Thad from Blue Mountain State.
You like Jack Reacher or just Jack Ryan? Oh, she's like, that's corny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Corny.
no, I mean we'll watch stuff on Netflix mainly, like movies and all that. But I mean,
Do we ask your wife what you like?
probably.
Okay.
Probably.
What
Think
kind
about
of action flicks?
Oh yeah, love me some
Denzel.
I invited him to our wedding. He didn't show up. Thanks a lot, Denzel.
Yeah, fuck you, Denzel.
He is a man on fire.
I see what you did.
That was good.
So Denzel movies. So
Yeah.
you like
Equalizer.
Those
I
are
like it.
those are so good.
Dude, I love 3.
Them. I love them. They could make Equalizer like all the way up to Equalizer like 20. Just keep doing them.
He's gonna be in a
Love
wheelchair. Denzel's
Yeah.
just like,
Slow motion scene of him in a wheelchair.
yeah, just rolling down
Yeah.
the hill and be like,
with something random like a letter opener.
He does the watch thing.
When the first one, I think it was the first one where he starts killing people with the staple gun, but it's like the push staple gun thing. And like I was like, this is gonna be so corny. And he's just like, chung, 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 chung. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Like, whoa. If you haven't watched, have you watched Equalizer? Have you watched 3 yet?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Is 3 the one that ends in the pier?
Italy.
I haven't.
Maybe I
watched it
haven't
yet,
watched
then.
it. When did it come out?
A month ago.
I
Oh,
apologize.
I didn't.
Denzel.
I haven't watched it yet.
No, that's why I said I haven't.
Have you guys seen all the John Wicks?
I know what we're doing tonight.
Dude, Equalizer 3 fuckings. I was a fan of it just because I love that John Wicks, anything like that where okay, so Equalizer.
It's male Kardashians.
God damn it, it is. And I love it so fucking much.
I do too.
It's
I love
totally pointless. It serves no purpose, and we will continue to consume it.
And Equalizer 3, Equalizer stayed more true to the format than John Wick. John Wick, they tried to build lore and backstory, and that's when I was like, why? I didn't care about all of this. What I wanted was...
Wasn't there 4 John Wicks?
basic storyline, and then all of that cinematic footage and all that. I mean,
John Wick is like,
that's all I want.
You kill my dog, I kill everyone.
Like what a simple thing for the first one.
And we all agree he was justified. 100%.
You don't kill somebody's dog.
No.
You just don't do that.
And that's why Equalizer...
You can kill my cats. That's fine. I don't even want
It's
him.
a boring John Wick. The cat dies and he just wakes up.
killed my cat.
He's like, yeah, whatever. The cat didn't like me. It's never even in the same room as me.
It's in there making biscuits.
Now, one of my cats is awesome, and one of my cats I never see. But the cat that's awesome is only awesome to my family. And it's funny because they'll sit there and they'll like look at people that like new people, and then they'll get close to him, and he's like, like he's like, and he looks inviting. He's like, hello.
GVAN, just put that at the intro, please. Just that one segment is definitely going at that 10-second intro. I just want him to be like, so people have no idea, and they have to watch
the whole
2
thing.
hours and 30 minutes and be like, oh,
Just to get that one.
that was that one segment.
Oh God! And his name's Oliver. He's a black, flat-faced Persian, right? Classic. It looks like his face got cut
racist.
off. Oh my God! Don't cancel me, please, for the love of God. And then the other one we have
Is that the guy that said flat-faced Persian?
and then the other one we have is a white, doll-faced Persian. Both of them are very pretty. They're both equally pretty, I would say, black or white. But the
Just keep digging.
the white one just straight up
The
hides.
black smash-faced one, or the white doll-faced?
That's the actual names. It's the names of the cats. But the white one just hides.
It happened right now. I can watch your career just be like,
So anime, huh? Yeah, anime. Wow.
Army, it's on me, not on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It'll buff.
the simplicity of like the first John Wick and the Equalizer and all that, like that's all I want. Like I want the simple storyline, the action.
Even the second John Wick wasn't bad.
No, I
but
like the
after
second.
that, it was, we're getting a little
I
excessive.
mean, like look at every like Denzel Washington movie. Like they're all structured the same way. Like it's a very basic storyline, and then a little bit of action. Very
Man on
minimal.
Fire.
Yeah,
His son's also an
they're
incredibly
great.
good actor.
What's he in?
He was just recently in a cop movie. I can't remember the title, but he did a good job too.
What's his name?
I don't know
Man,
that
you
either.
really selling
Denzel
this
Washington's son.
Yeah. He's in this really good movie. What's the movie's name? A cop movie.
I shouldn't have
What's
said
his
anything.
name?
That sounds
Denzel's son.
Denzel.
All right, I'll look it up.
That flows like, God damn it, these guys. Okay, guys, we're going to call it at that one. We're going to do the after show, or maybe we'll do like a 10-minute after show. You guys just got a treat. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Guys, thank you so fucking much for coming and hanging out. This is the most hooah episode we've ever had. Where can we find you, you beautiful sons of bitches?
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and LinkedIn.
What's the name?
Mandatory Funday.
Oh, that's what it is.
You can find me here.
Yeah.
Where?
So
Tyler?
I am at Butterworth de Syrup, and I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, I'm there.
Boom. Then our big star. What's up, Big Flo?
Just Google LordOfLips and you'll find me. All right,
Oh,
I'm on
yeah.
all 3 platforms. You shall find it where you seek it.
Hey, go check him out. Thank you guys. You are all beautiful. We love you. And then stick tuned for the after show on Patreon. We're going to just continue with the nerd talk and military talk and have a good time. Love you. Sign off. Boom.
I'm not doing that.